And hello everyone, this is your favorite Murted live once again. And we had No Choice, the guy No Choice, who had a discussion with me already on the channel of Cross and the Crescent. The Streamlabs link is in the chat already. Let's see what he has to say and come up. Brother Ed, what do you have to share, brother, on that point, the discussion that we had over there already?
Well, it's really interesting that uh, the things that he was trying to explain we can't really find in the Quran, right? Um, the Quran goes out of its way to tell us that it's fully explained in detail and does not qualify what explained in detail is. So the word that's used there is everything, and that's it. We do find some passages that have uh, parenthesed words in them, but for the most part, the Quran does make the claim that it explains everything in detail. Uh, and my
And it does
question
not.
is, yeah, and
And
my
it does not.
question is, if it does, then why do we have all these tafsir and hadith and everything afterwards, right?
Hey, no choice. Can you please mute yourself while you're not speaking? You have a lot of
Yeah,
background noise.
no problem, no problem.
All right. So no choice is here. We had a discussion with no choice, and Allah and His Messenger broke the promise. We discussed about this, and he moved into Abraham, where he was refuted in different locations. Yet he comes back and he has some stuff, but Allah breaks his promise because of a black dog or a dog or a puppy, no matter how he interprets it. For something, Allah breaks his promise. That's the whole start. If he wants to get away from this discussion, we can. If he wants to change the discussion, we can. But that's the starting point of the discussion. Ed, would you like to say something, or you want to give Mike to no choice?
No, go ahead and let him speak.
Okay, brilliant. So, just to confirm, thank you, Adam, for having me on, first of all. I show my gratitude. Thank you for having me on. So, first of all, when you said in this hadith that Allah breaks his promise, as I said to you, this being a test and this rule now being set that no dog should enter the house of a Muslim. And this hadith is how we know. It doesn't say in the Quran that dogs shouldn't enter the house of a Muslim. It doesn't say in anywhere else. This is the hadith that indicates to us Muslims that the importance of not allowing a dog to enter the house. And I'll explain why I gave the comparison to Abraham. Now, it wasn't regards to a promise or a command. That wasn't the question in hand. I understand one was a command from God and one was a promise, but the question, the whole essence of my point was God saying something that He knew was not going to happen. So I'll give the example. So it wasn't the
So
question.
before you
So
go
no,
into
please,
example,
no,
see,
please,
see, I have problems with examples and stories. So do you agree with me over
yeah,
here? Do
yeah,
you agree with me over here that Allah did broke His promise? Correct?
purposely, not by accident.
No, not by accident. I'm not okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
So let me go with your verdict, not even
yeah,
my verdict.
yeah,
Allah, the
mm,
God of Muhammad and the God of
yes,
all the Muslims,
yeah,
Allah
yeah.
does breaks His promise. Correct?
Okay, depends. So let me
Yes,
just
brother, that's a yes
no,
or no thing
no, no.
before you
It's
go
not.
into
It's
the story.
I'll explain. I'll explain, Adam, why it's not a yes
No,
or no
you can
question.
explain it, but please tell me to begin with, we need to
Do you want
establish
me?
some
Do you want me? To,
facts.
okay, Adam. I just the way you ask a question. Do you want me to explain the answer in context or just yes or no?
You
How
can
you?
definitely give the context, but please
Okay,
tell us what you are defending. Are you defending that Allah does breaks his promise, correct?
in context, no, but in this essence, yes. So that's
Okay,
why.
so
That's what.
so guys, listen. Let me tell everyone. Allah does breaks his promise.
Okay, but now I'll explain in context. So
Okay, now
listen,
explain the
I
context.
will do. So if I said, I have to give examples because what you do is you try and make something sound like it's not. So if I said there is no God, and that's all you heard, and that's the beginning of my shahada. You're not going to, in context, is there is no God except God. So I just wanted to give that as an example. In context, yes, when Allah broke his promise, it was for a reason. It was purposely broken, just the way that God purposely told Abraham to kill his son. The reason I gave that example is because God knew he would not fulfill that promise. It was a test to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and it was a law being set that no dog shall enter the house of a Muslim because angels will not enter otherwise. So it showed the importance. So it wasn't that Allah promised something like a prophecy, like Allah promised that if you go to this land, this will be here, and then people go to that land and whatever it is they're looking for is not there. Not in that way. This was a promise meant to be broken. Just like God, when he told Abraham to kill his son, it was a command not meant to be fulfilled.
Listen, brother.
Okay.
Now I'll accept your argument.
Did you understand that? Yeah.
Yeah. I accept it. Listen.
As long as you understand, yeah.
Yeah. Let me answer that. When you talk about Abraham's story, and I told this over there as well to you.
Yeah.
When you talk about Abraham, let's assume for the sake of argument, that was a command to Abraham. Okay. Now that was not something that Allah promised. Allah asked a human being to do something. That is different. Hold on. No. You can. Okay, so Abraham is not a human being?
No, Abraham is a human being, but Allah didn't ask.
Is Abraham a human being?
Yes, Abraham is a human being, but Allah didn't ask.
So Allah
didn't ask.
Okay, what did Allah do?
He commanded.
Okay, let me take your words. Allah commanded. Okay.
Yes.
Let me take your words. I'm not even going to the Quran right now so that I will not divert from the topic.
Yeah, okay.
So Allah commanded Abraham to do something.
Yes.
By how? Can you please tell me as well so that every listener will do? In a dream, in a vision.
Yes.
In a dream, in a vision.
Yes. So
he did what? Allah did what? He showed him that Abraham is sacrificing his son, correct?
So so in context, anything that Abraham saw in a vision or saw in his dream, it was a commandment from God. It was something that Okay, so
for the sake of argument, let me go with you on that argument.
Yeah, and the verse also shows that because the son of Abraham knew it was a commandment.
Listen, my friend. Listen, my friend. I will go there, but for right now, let me go and take it like this.
Okay.
Let's go step by step on this.
No problem.
Allah showed Abraham a vision, correct?
Yes.
In that vision, Abraham was sacrificing his son.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Abraham was given some order according to you that he is supposed to sacrifice his son, correct?
Not according to me, according to the verse that you read.
Okay, whatever. According to the verse, Abraham was given an order, according to you,
according to
that
the
he is
verse
going to sacrifice his son, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, can you please show me that it was a promise of Allah?
No,
it was not.
I never said it was correct. It wasn't a promise.
Guys, everyone here, it was not a promise of Allah. Now,
Adam,
perfect.
Adam,
everyone heard that. Everyone heard that. Now,
everyone,
let me finish. Let me finish now. Let me finish because I allowed you to state your points first.
Okay.
And the problem is that you state 3 or 4 points in one go, and then I have to talk about all those points.
No, but that's why I said to you, let's tackle 1 point at a time, Adam. Yeah. Let's
tackle 1 point at a time. So 1 point is done that it was not a promise from Allah.
But on that point, on that point that it wasn't a promise, okay, so now let me just elaborate for you to understand this. I agree with you that there's a difference between a promise and a command, okay? So let's just agree on that point, okay? So when God promises something and God commands something, us as Muslims, because you are referring to Islam in the Quran, right?
Yes.
Us as Muslims, we see a promise from God and a command from God, both being said from God. So if God commands something, it should be done. If God promises something, it should be done. Okay. But now, if we look at the context of both of these.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. No. Over here, you have to hold on.
Okay.
When God gives a command, does he gives a command to humans?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So when God gives a command, he gives a commands to human. Can every human obey all the commands of Allah?
No, but we're talking about messengers, not just humans.
Okay, we'll talk about messengers as well. Hold on.
Yeah, just prophets.
Yes, talk with me. Okay, can a messenger obey all the commands of Allah 100%ly, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I will even take this verdict from you. A messenger, I will even take this verdict from you. A messenger will have to obey all the commands which Allah gives. Okay?
Yeah, if I just again elaborate on that. So I'm not
Hmm.
sure about your version, but for us, like the story of Jonah, God commanded Jonah, who we call Yunus, to do certain things, and Jonah disobeyed. So that's why he was taken by the belly of the whale. Again, this was a test from God. God knew that Jonah was going to disobey his commands, and that's why he was eaten by the whale, and that's why he was there for 3 days and 3 nights. So this is again an example proving my point that God gives a command, and although God gave that command, for example, I'm not referring to the story of Jonah in the Bible because I'm not sure, but in the Quran, Jonah disobeyed God's.
My friend, you by yourself, without me telling you, by yourself refuted and saying, when you give the story of the Jonah, you by
Yeah,
yourself refuted your own self that
no,
the prophets will
because
obey Allah's commands. You gave the story of the Jonah, and
yeah,
by giving the story of the Jonah, you already
no,
disagreed by
no,
your own statement.
Adam,
The prophets agree and give and do everything what Allah commanded. How
no,
do you prove that?
no. Again, I
Okay,
think Adam, I think you're misunderstood. So I'm going to try and say this
okay,
bit by bit. Okay,
okay,
so
please.
when God commands something, okay, so when God commanded Abraham to kill his son, God knew himself.
Hmm.
Although he said, I command you to kill your son, God knew that he was not going to allow Abraham to do that. Although
Hmm.
Abraham believed that to be the case. When God told Jonah, he commanded him to go a certain way, and Jonah diverted and went a different way. And that's why God knew that Jonah was going to do that.
Hmm.
So my point is, God knows everything before it happens. So whether God makes a promise or a command, and that promise is not fulfilled, or that command is not fulfilled, and there's a reason behind that, then that is my point here. It's not that God made a promise and he wasn't able to keep it. Like if I promise my daughter, I promise I'm going to take you to the park tomorrow, and I forget, I've broken that promise, but not on purpose. But it's
Okay.
not the same. That's not the same thing. When
Listen,
God,
okay, yeah. Now it's your time to listen, brother. Listen.
okay,
I was agreed with you. I
okay,
was under the agreement with you that
mm,
the prophets fully obey Allah's command. But then you refuted your own statement by saying Jonah did not agreed with Allah and he did not fulfill what Allah said.
for a
So
reason. But
whatever the reason is, leave the reason apart. So
okay,
does for the sake of argument, I was going with you and agreeing with you that all
mm,
the prophets agree whatever Allah says,
yeah.
but you demolished your own point by giving the story of the Jonah.
No, no.
So anyhow,
The reason I gave the story of Jonah was to set an example to show you that in some cases the
the prophet
messengers
does
are
not agree.
humans. No, not he doesn't agree, but that sometimes he may be. It just shows that prophets are humans. Yeah, they're humans in that they make mistakes and they do certain things. But that was my point. I could have agreed with you and said yes, yes, all the prophets agree. But no, some prophets did divert and they went astray, and this is just part of. Wait, one second.
Perfect.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. 1 second.
Okay, 1 second. Take your second. So, guys, in the meantime, our friend No Choice already demolished his own point. I don't know how to run with this friend now
Sorry
because
about that.
now here is
I'm
the
back.
thing, my
Sorry, I'm back.
friend. Okay, yeah, that's good that you're back. Now here is the thing, brother. Let me call you brother.
Yeah,
Uh,
no problem,
you
Adam.
don't
No
mind, right?
problem.
Right? You don't mind that, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
No problem.
perfect. So, my brother, here is the thing. No human being is perfect, even the prophets, according to you, because Jonah did not fulfill what the God commanded and he
Absolutely.
diverted. Perfect?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so very much. Love you for the honesty. Now, and you have a very good mind, and I appreciate you for your honesty, because there are certain Muslims who comes up and say, no, every prophet is doing exactly 100% what God commanded and they are sinless. Whereas you already agreed with me that Jonah did not do what he was supposed to do. So now
This is in the
coming back to
Quran.
this
Yeah.
point, perfect. Brother, once again, I'm calling you brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for agreeing to the basic fact that
Yeah.
humans are living in sin. They have their own mind and they do certain things which they are not supposed to do, even when Allah or the God, whoever you may like to call, says something otherwise.
Yeah.
Now, we are talking about humans, right? Correct?
Yes.
All prophets are humans, brother?
All prophets are humans.
Perfect. There is no prophet, according to the Islamic theology, which is beyond humanity, correct?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I know in the case of Adam and Jesus, they wasn't born of a the same way as me and yourself, but they were still human beings in who they were. Yes.
Perfect. So,
Yeah.
according to Islamic theology, all prophets are human. So, brother, when you read this hadith, either you have to denounce this hadith or you have to accept the very basic fact that here, the person who is breaking the promise is Allah Himself, not human. So, how can you even compare it with the story of Abraham? Because when you talk about the story of Abraham, Allah commanded Abraham to do an act, whether he would do that act or whether he will not do an act, just like Jonah, whether Jonah will perform the act which Allah said or he will not perform the act which Allah even though when Allah knew already what the future holds, it does not make any difference. Here we are talking about what Allah's promise is, and Allah's promise is broken. So how is it that God Allah would break his promise? That's the question, brother. Can you please
Okay.
answer that?
I will answer that for you. So, as I said to you before, when Allah promises something, and Muhammad, the important thing is who is it being promised to? So Muhammad believed that the promise was from Angel Gabriel that he would come at a certain time, and he didn't come. And the reason he didn't come was for the fact that the dog was in the house. So it shows for us as Muslim and to the Prophet Muhammad, it was a test in a sense, and it was a law being set to let us know as Muslims that the dogs cannot enter the house of a Muslim, even though he was promised by Angel Gabriel. So it just shows that a promise was made by Angel Gabriel to meet him here at this time, and he didn't come. The reason he didn't come was because the dog was there. Okay, so that was a law being set. And I again to you, the reason you have to understand, Adam, the reason I gave the example um, of Abraham was not that one was a command and one was a promise. That wasn't the question and issue. It was the fact that God said something was going to happen and it didn't happen. And Abraham believed it was going to happen the same way that Prophet Muhammad believed Angel Gabriel was going to come. The same way. Now, do you understand the comparison I'm making? I'm not making a comparison between a promise and a command. Hello?
I'm listening.
Hello?
I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
listening.
I'm not making a comparison between a promise and a command. I'm making the comparison between who the promise is coming through and from, sorry, who the promise is coming from, and the receiver, what he believes to be the case. Now do you get that point clearly?
Okay. Now here is the thing, brother.
Do you get that? Yeah, you
Yeah,
understand the
I
concept?
get what you are
Okay,
trying to say. I get what you are trying to say.
okay,
But at the same time, the problem over here is you are telling me that something which is related to humans and animals.
yeah,
Try to understand what I'm saying over here, because this is the most pivotal point. This
okay,
is the most pivotal point. You are telling me something which is related to humans and animals.
hmm.
Because of that, Allah broke his promise. So Allah made a promise, and
Hmm.
Allah is almighty.
Yeah,
He has the power over everything and anything.
hmm.
Yet, for a mere dog, for
Yeah,
a mere dog,
hmm.
Allah broke his promise that he will send an angel at a certain time to Jibril. Sorry, not Jibril, to Muhammad. So
Yeah.
basically, for a certain time, Allah broke his promise just because a dog being present. Whereas Allah could have gone one step
Allah,
ahead.
Allah could have made that dog disappear. Yeah,
Hold on.
Allah
No,
could
no,
have.
no,
Allah,
not
Allah
not
could have.
brother.
Yeah,
Let me finish, brother.
yeah.
Like I actually muted myself when you were
Sorry.
speaking, so
Yeah.
that I will not interrupt, because
Okay.
I get tendency to interrupt people.
No problem.
So
Yeah.
so Allah could have just sent the Jibril to Muhammad at that time and said, "Hail, Muhammad, you have a dog underneath your bed, a puppy underneath your bed, which you should not have." and Allah commanded that you should kill all the black dogs, even though it doesn't say in hadith that it was black, but let's for the sake of argument say black dog. So Jibrail could have come to Muhammad and say, hey Muhammad, you broke the promise. There is a dog underneath here. I fulfilled what Allah's promise is, because Allah is Almighty. His promise will have to last forever and ever, because whatever He promised, He will always fulfill. So I am here, but I'm not going to give you revelation because there is a dog underneath your bed. You have to remove that dog so that I will give you the rest of the revelation. Do it. And I'm fulfilling what the promise of Allah is. But on the flip side, what happened is Allah broke His promise, and Jibrail did not even appear. Now, the problem over here is, if Allah can break one of His promise, He can break hundreds of His promises. Why would Allah break His promise?
Okay, so just on that last point, if Allah can, if God can break one of His commands, He can break all of His commands. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, Adam, you're not getting the references. To you, it's just a dog, but to Muslims all around the world, majority, I'm talking about practicing Muslims that follow this law that says that dogs should not enter the house. Although we should treat animals with respect and care, and dogs can be used for guard dogs or farming dogs or shepherds, they should not enter the house. And this was so important at the time. This was so important that yes, the angel Gabriel was meant to come at a certain time, and he didn't come, to show to the Prophet Muhammad the importance of dogs not being allowed in the house. It's that simple, really. It's that simple. And not only that, and again, we keep going back to God's, you keep saying God breaking His promise, breaking His promise. No, as I said, God knew that this was going to happen, and He showed to the Prophet Muhammad, look, the angel Gabriel was meant to meet you at this time, and he couldn't meet you because of this reason. Dogs are not allowed in the house. And that's why Muslims today, for me, for example, myself, as a Muslim, I believe if I have a dog in my house, the angels will not enter my house. And how do I know this? From this very hadith. So a law was set at this time. So again, this is not a question of Allah not being able to make His promise or break His promise. This was a test, and this was a law being set for Muslims, for us to understand the importance of dogs not being allowed to enter the house. It's that simple. And not only that, when you keep saying Allah broke His promise, I can very easily say to you, okay, so God said to Abraham, kill his son. Why did He not fulfill? So Allah changed His mind. God changed His mind. God said to kill your son. Now He's changed His mind, and now He's saying, no, you can have a lamb instead, a sheep instead. No, this was the beauty of the test. He tested Abraham to see if he would fulfill this sacrifice, and he didn't. He didn't allow him to kill his son, and the sheep came down. But God could have easily said, look, Abraham, if to your logic, He could have said, look, Abraham, I'm going to tell you to kill your son, but really, you're not going to have to do it. But then there's no beauty in that test, is there? And it's the same with this. For me, that's it.
The test of Abraham is to show the reader that Abraham was dedicated to God. That's what that test was all about. That Abraham did everything that God asked him to do. That's why, one of the reasons why he showed up. And the two angels showed up to him in his tent, because Abraham was that dedicated to Him. So I'm not understanding the test in this version of the hadith that is not, it's not showing this same exact thing.
No, it's not. No, sorry, it's not showing the same exact thing. And I wasn't
So
trying to say
then
that.
why is it being compared?
Yeah,
because Adam, sorry, let me just answer. Let me just answer, Ed, to be fair.
Let me finish. Let me add Ed's point.
I'll answer you in a second, Ed.
Ed's point was absolutely on the same point what I was saying earlier that you heard as well. You are comparing a human with Allah. Can you compare human with Allah?
No, I'm not comparing a human with Allah, Adam. Adam, I'm not comparing a human with Allah. Allah commanded Abraham was the same Allah that made the promise. So I'm giving the same comparison with God. And just to answer your question, Ed, I'm not saying they're two exactly the same things. The comparison I'm giving is God saying something, knowing. So God's saying something, but He knows that that's not going to happen. So although the receiver Abraham believes it's going to happen. Although the receiver, the Prophet Muhammad, believes that that's going to happen, God knows that it's not going to happen. That's the comparison I'm giving. I'm not giving the comparison with the actual sacrifice or the test, but rather God saying something, but God being all-knowing, all-wise, knowing that that thing that he's saying is not going to happen. So just to be clear, the comparison is God saying, kill your son. God saying, Angel Gabriel is going to come at this time. God knew that Angel Gabriel wasn't going to come because there was going to be a dog in the house, hence the importance. God also knew that Abraham was not going to kill his son, and that instead that he was going to have a lamb instead. You see, now do you see the comparison? I'm not making a comparison with the test. I hope you understand that, Ed.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just trying to find out why he had a problem with the dog in the house. What was that all about?
Okay, so that's fine. So that's a different question. So as long as you understand the concepts, then that's good. Right. So as Muslims, we believe that dogs are not like evil or anything like that. But what we do say is dogs have a purpose, just like all animals have purposes. So for example, a dog can be a guard dog, it can be a shepherd, but to enter the house, it's not seen as clean to enter the house. And not only that, no lie, true story, Ed. Okay, absolute true story. I swear to God.
Black dog, brother. Here, once again, the problem here is when you start, when you state something which is a lie and not lie. Let me fix my words. Which is contradicting your hadiths. I have to interrupt. So Allah Messenger clearly said that black dogs are devil. Did he not say that?
Yeah, not all dogs. I said not all
black
dogs.
So black dogs are devil. Yes.
All black, like
all black dogs are devil. Correct.
Time. Not the devil. Not the devil.
They are not the devil.
That's what it says.
They are not Satan.
No, not Satan.
Okay, brother. Can you please read? Can you please? Okay, on the screen. Can you please read this hadith?
Please, just a second, Adam.
Can you please read this hadith?
Yeah, but I will read it, but I want you to be clear by what I'm saying. Not Satan.
Brother, that's the thing, brother. I told you in the chat already, brother. As soon as you say something, I told you, as soon as you say something which goes against the Sunnah of Muhammad, I will interrupt you. Did I not say that?
I appreciate that you did. I'll read it, and then what I'll do is I'll explain in context. So I asked the Messenger of Allah about the all black dog, and he said it is a devil. It is a devil. So what I was saying, Ed and Adam, that the word here, the devil, is not Iblis, not Satan, not the Satan that we know of today. When it says a devil, it means, like, for example, in English translated would be like an evil spirit or something like that. It's not talking about.
Show me where. Give me the hadith.
Okay, Shayateen.
Okay, Iblis is the father of all Satans. I have no doubt that dog is not Iblis.
That's all I was saying. Yes, that's what I was saying. Okay,
if you are saying that he was Iblis, perfect. I'm not even saying that. So please understand that. So when we talk about devil lays eggs according to the tafsir, and then the devil creates shayateen. So black dog is a shaitan from Iblis. Are you correct? Are you saying the same thing or not?
Yes, I agree with that. So for example, but it has to be a certain type. So it's not like any type of so it can't be like, it's not like a black little Labrador or something like that. No, it's not talking. It's in context, it's talking about a specific type of dog. Okay.
So a Labrador who is black is not Satan?
No.
Okay. Can you please give me a hadith for that? Can you please give me a hadith for that?
Labradors didn't exist in that time, Adam.
Okay. No. Labrador. Now that's where I'm gonna laugh. Okay, why I'm gonna laugh is that. So you are telling.
They didn't. Labradors didn't exist. That's not a breed that existed 2,000 years ago. Why
How do you know?
Sorry?
So Labrador.
How do you know?
I'll explain why I know, Ed. I'll explain why I know.
Right now, okay, hold on.
I won't explain why I know.
Hold on. We're gonna fix this thing.
Okay.
So there are certain species of dogs which are even black. There are certain species of dog which are black. They are not Satan, correct?
That's correct. Right, look, I'll explain.
Perfect. Okay, hold on. No. Before let me finish my question. I wanted to have your affirmation before I could put the question. Can you please show me from any of the hadiths which says that there are certain not Labrador, which says that there are certain species of dogs even if they are black, they're not Satan. Can you please
Oh,
show me? Because black,
okay.
according to you, Labrador were not there. Can you
No,
give me a hadith which says
Labradors were
there are
not.
certain species of dogs, even if they are black, they are not
Okay.
Satan? Can you please show me
Okay.
that?
Okay. I'll have to look into that. I'll have
Okay,
to
look
look
in
into.
Google that. Google
I
that.
will do.
I'll give you time. I'll give you
I
time.
will. I will do.
No,
But
no,
before,
we have to
no.
fix this. You take your time, Google it, and give me the answer. I will hold here, and we will
So
Yeah.
we
we're
will
all going to
stop
be
here.
quiet while I look for this. Yeah. All right.
I have
Okay.
other friends over here, so I'm gonna engage them in the meantime. You
Okay. Go
search
on.
for this.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah.
look when. First, I look when did Labradors first come about.
No,
I'll
no,
look
no,
that
no,
first.
forget that. Forget that. I
No,
am
no, no.
saying
Because you laugh.
general species. No, 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 no. I am saying that there are certain species of dogs which, even if they are black, they are not Satan. You have to give me this
Okay.
hadith. Do not tell me about Labrador.
No, no.
Uh,
Because you laughed at that, so I have to show
oh,
this
brother, no,
point.
no, no. I
No, no,
laughed
no. I
at
have
it
to.
because I laughed
No,
at
no.
it because listen
There you
why
go.
I laughed.
So
Listen why I laughed.
that's the first thing there about Labradors.
Understand why I laughed.
No, no, no.
Listen to.
What, Adam? Just I wrote that in the text. Labradors, according to records, came about in 1871. So that's
Can you please
pre
understand what I'm saying?
Muhammad. So
I never did I contradicted that Labradors were existed at a time of Muhammad? No, I did not. I
no,
was
Ed.
saying,
Sorry, Ed asked me how I knew. So
okay,
Yeah.
that's
there were
yeah. So
certain.
it's there.
And
I
that's
was
that's
saying
fine.
Okay.
there are certain. You have to show me that there are certain breeds of dogs
Yeah.
who, even if they are black, they are not Satan. That's
will.
what you have to give me the
I
hadith
will.
of.
I will.
Okay,
I will.
John Isaac and everyone, while he is talking, while he's searching, please, you guys are here. Welcome, Dr. Critical Thinker and John Isaac. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
Welcome, Adam. Thank you so much for having us.
Hey, what I don't understand, first he's trying to bring up the Abraham story. Where in the Quran does it say God commanded Abraham to kill his son? It's just a dream, right? So who gave him that dream? Was it Shaitan, Iblis, or was it God? Or I should say Allah. Also, what he doesn't understand, if I was going at this, I would go at it like if I was in the courtroom, okay? What does the hadith say? Okay, Jabril said he was going to be at Muhammad's house at Sid time. Sid time came, Jabril didn't show up. Jabril's excuse was he can't come into the house because there's a dog. All this guy is doing is coming up with some circus act where he's going around everywhere else. He's making up his own stuff. It is what it is. That's what the hadith says.
Okay, Dr. Critical Thinker, for the first point, I will answer you rather than him answering, because I do not want to go into that point. When we are talking about Quran, we have to agree to the fact. Somebody has to go on mute so that I won't buffer. I won't. Okay. So when we are talking about Quran, we have to accept the basic narrative of the Quran that it was supposedly Muhammad's Allah talking. So because we have to accept it, otherwise we cannot quote Quran. So because he's quoting Quran chapter number 37, verse number 102. So supposedly, so it was God who gave him the dream. So you cannot say it was Satan, even though that I can prove from Quran that Allah is Satan. But once again, for currently, for the sake of argument, we have to put it on a side. But your point number 2 is 100% accurate. 100% accurate that the dream of Abraham has nothing to do with the Muhammad's hadith where Allah broke his promise, because that's my argument is as well, and that's your argument is as well, as you stated. That and a person, a human, you are comparing a human who was giving a command, whereas humans breaks the commands already, versus Allah breaking his promise. These are two entirely different things. You cannot compare the two. Brother John, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I would like to say that there is no similarity completely between what happened with Abraham and this hadith. Our friend No Choice says that it's test. It's test if we learn something from the test. These tests were given to the prophets, according to Islam, are given to the prophets to teach us their faith, their patience against any problems they face in their life. For example, Muhammad's sons were dead in early age, and they are like Ibrahim his son from
Yes.
Maria Jacob, died at age of 2 years old. Then it shows that a test for Muhammad, how his face is strong or bad. This is called a test. But the story of hadith, there is no test at all. It's Jibril came to Muhammad, said that I'll come to you at this time, but he didn't came. And Muhammad contact Jibril, says, telling him why he didn't come. He said, because you have a dog in the house. There is no test at all.
Okay,
There is
so-
nothing to learn from this story except that Jibril or angels are afraid from dogs, or don't go inside houses having dogs. This is the story. Easy.
Okay, so just to answer that question before I go on, because you lot have said a lot of stuff there that's untrue. So just to answer that question that you just said there, the question is not, is God saying something that he knows is not going to happen? If you can't understand that concept, my friend, I can't help you.
Let me say something.
Well, let me finish. Sorry, if I just finish.
This is doesn't mean anything. God knows everything what to happen in the future. But
yes.
Let me continue. In the story of Abraham, he knew that Abraham's face will let him kill his son. Okay?
But he said
Let me continue. Did Abraham know that he will not, that God will change his mind? He will give a lamb for a zabh azim, for a great sacrifice? No.
He did not know.
He didn't know.
No, he didn't know.
Yeah. Did Allah say to Abraham, if you follow me, I'll send you the lamb?
No, it was.
Then
that's the whole point.
let me continue. Then Allah didn't break his promise to Abraham or his order to Abraham. He didn't tell Abraham, if you are going to kill your son, I'll make a sacrifice for him. He didn't say that. But in the story of Hadith, he said, I'll come to you at this time. He didn't say, but if you have a dog, I'll not come. If you have a patience, he gave a certain time to come at it.
Okay, so I'll explain for you. So the first point you have to understand very clearly. The point I'm making is God, Allah, or God, Jehovah, saying something that he knew was not going to happen. So when God said, kill your son, God himself, forget Abraham, God knew that that was never going to happen. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The second point, when God said, or when God commanded Angel Gabriel to meet Prophet Muhammad at a certain time, God knew that that was not going to happen. Now they're both for different reasons, but the point is God knows it's saying something, but knowing that that thing that he said was going to happen will not happen. So in this case of the hadith, it's, when I say it's a test, it's also the law being set to let Muslims know the importance of not allowing dogs in the house, because the angel will not enter. Regardless of whether you agree or disagree, this is the belief of Muslims.
Okay, no. Here is the problem.
Let me repeat again. Did Allah say to Abraham that if he will kill Isaac, so he will make a sacrifice for him?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said, my brother.
Okay.
John,
did Allah say to Muhammad, if you have a dog in your house, I'll not come in the certain time that I said?
No, that's my point. That's my point, John. You're not understanding me, my friend. Listen, brother. Listen, when God said to Abraham, right, when God said to Abraham, you must kill your son, Abraham believed that he would kill his son, but God knew that that was not going to happen. Is that true?
Did Allah
let me finish. Let me finish, John.
My point. You don't understand my point. You don't understand the point.
I understand, brother. Wallah, I understand your point.
No, sir. You don't understand.
Okay.
God knew everything in the future.
Absolutely.
Great. In the story of Abraham, did Allah say that he will change his words?
No, that's you're not understanding what I'm.
No, then it is in mind of Allah that if he saw Abraham is doing his face, and he knew that he will make a sacrifice for Isaac. But Allah in the story of Allah knows well that he will not come at the good time. Okay, in the story of Muhammad, sure.
But he said it, yeah. But he said it.
Where did he said it?
No, but the Prophet Muhammad believed that the angel Gabriel would come. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and Abraham believed that he was going to kill his son. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Allah said, "Kill your son." Yes.
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 No.
But well, let me finish. But Allah knew that this was not going to happen. Yes.
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 Okay, so we're on the same page.
My point
So
is,
is this a promise of Allah? Is this a promise of
it's
Allah?
not a promise. If a
Perfect.
promise is a promise, if look, is a promise of Allah. If Abraham is will be wrong if Allah said to Abraham, if you kill your son, I'll give you another son. And Allah breaks this promise and saves the same son. You understand my point?
I understand your point, brother.
Then Allah didn't give a promise and broke it in the story of Abraham.
No, I know he didn't break the promise. That's I understand that he didn't break the promise.
It says he breaks the promise.
No, Isaac was saying that John was saying that he doesn't break the promise in the
story of Abraham. In the story of Abraham, there is no broken the promise. But in hadith, yes, it happened.
But John, my main point is Allah saying something that he knows is not going to happen. Okay.
Perfect. So is this a promise to Ibrahim? No, but here we are talking about a promise.
No.
If a promise to Ibrahim, then he said to you, if you kill Isaac, I'll give you another son. But it doesn't happen. He said, kill Isaac.
Okay.
And Abraham did that. He didn't tell him that I will give another sacrifice.
But did he kill Isaac? But did he kill Isaac?
No, he didn't kill.
Did Allah promise? Okay, hold on.
Wait, let me finish.
Did Allah promise to kill Isaac? Did Allah promise to kill Isaac?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Thank you so very much. Please carry on.
That's not the point. Isaac, John.
Did Allah promise that he will not save Isaac?
No, I never said that.
Then what? There is no promise, bro.
I'll explain. Did Allah say kill Isaac?
No.
Yes, he said.
No. He says sacrifice your son. That's the dream.
Yeah, sacrifice your son. So, but did he do it or not?
Yeah, he was about to do it, but Allah stopped him.
I said, did he? I never said was he about to. I said, did he do it or not?
He was about to do it, but Allah stopped
I never said was he
about to. Difference. Was this a promise? Was this a promise?
I never said was he about to. I said, did he do it?
He did not do it.
So it's a
hey guys,
no.
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah, sure thing, mate.
Show me in the Quran where God said anything to Abraham. Show me where it says that dream came from Allah.
Okay, so
where can I find that?
Am I speaking to Critical Thinker, yeah? Or am I speaking to someone
else? Yeah, you are.
Okay, so Critical Thinker, just so you understand, as Muslims, we believe that Moses spoke to God directly, for example, directly.
I'm not interested in what you believe. I'm interested in what you can prove. So I asked you.
Okay. All right. I'll rephrase. In the Quran, I can prove to you that Moses spoke to God directly. In the Quran,
I don't care about Moses. I am asking you, where does it say that Allah told Abraham anything to kill anything, and where does it say that that vision or that dream was from Allah?
That is how God communicates. That verse shows you how God communicates with Abraham.
No. I'm not asking you what you think. I'm asking.
I never asked you what I think. I said that verse shows you. That verse shows you, critical thinker. That verse shows you. Let me finish. That verse shows you, critical thinker. That is how God communicates with Abraham, and that is why his son said to him, "Whatever you're commanded to do, you must do." Because even his son knew that was a command from God. So read the verse for me and tell me that that's not the case. You read.
There's nothing there that suggests that vision was from Allah. That is your interpretation. That's you adding to it. So my question to you, I come at you as a lawyer. Can you prove to me that Allah said that?
All right. If you want, I'll get you the tafsir behind this verse. Wait a sec. 37.
Whoa.
We are going in a wrong direction.
No, this is what he's asked for. He's asked for proof. So he's asked for proof that this is how God God spoke to Abraham and commanded Abraham.
Forget
so
that.
I'll show him. This is what he's asking for. So I'll show him.
That.
But the Quran says it explains it. The Quran says it explains everything in detail.
No,
he's going around. I didn't ask.
Why are you going to the tafsir?
Well, because in order
show me that dream was from Allah.
I'm sorry, I can only. You want me to show you that this dream is from Allah? Well, let me read it for you and see if you understand. And when he reached with him the age of excursion, he said, "O my son, Indeed, I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you. So so see what you think. He said, "Oh my father, do as you're commanded." So first of all, for you to understand, for your logic, you'd say, "Well, wait there. Why is his son saying to him, 'Do as you're commanded'? If it's only a dream." I have a dream. My son's not going to say to me, "Do what I saw in my dream." We have to understand the understanding behind this, because critical thinkers trying to read this little bit here and understand everything. That's not how it works. So, as I said to you, if you read this here, and his son says to him, "Do as you're commanded," critical thinkers going to say, "Well, wait there. Why is his son saying, 'Do as you're commanded'? He's just had a normal dream." But clearly, that's not the case, as I've explained to you. And if you need to understand that, then I said to you, you have to read the tafsir behind that. That is how
Okay.
God communicated
Okay.
with Abraham through visions.
So
Okay,
then the
let me
Quran is
do
not
that.
explained in detail. Okay.
No,
Yes.
there's different explanations in the Quran. So the Quran, you have Quran where certain verses explain itself. You have certain tafsir in the Quran where you have to
That's
go
not
to.
what the Quran says. That's not what the Quran
It is.
says.
It is.
No,
is
it's
what the
not.
Quran says. I'll explain to you.
No.
It says
No.
follow. It
Right
says
now.
follow. It
Right
says
now.
follow. I'll show you. It says
Now,
that.
I'm going to show
I'll
you
show you
also,
it says that.
and I'm going to show you where it says it explains everything in detail and does not qualify everything.
No, it doesn't.
That's
It
what
says
I was trying to tell
It
you.
says
That's,
follow Allah and His Messenger.
Let's
So-
go to 6114. 6114. That Quran
There you
is
go.
supposed to be mufassal book. That it is other than Allah, I should speak as judge while He has revealed to you a book explained in details, and those whom we previously gave
And
scriptures.
it also
Now-
says clear and unclear verses as well.
Okay, wait. I'm
in
gonna
the
go there.
parentheses.
Okay. Let me go
There you
somewhere.
There you go.
No
I
worries,
wrote
brother.
it there for you, Ed. It's there for you if you don't.
Brother, I'm going to show every hadith
Okay.
over here. A book whose verses have been detailed. So whose verses,
Right.
ayat, the verses of the Quran,
Okay.
Arabian, which are fuzzilat, are detailed. So verses have been detailed. So brother, are you going to tell me that Allah says in one location that every verse of the Quran will be detailed explanation, but on the other location Allah said that there are verses which are not detailed? Are you going to tell me that?
No, it says that some verses that can't be understood by me, you need to go to seek knowledge of someone. So because like I could read,
So
just
this
like you
ha-
have.
this
Oh,
verses- this
so we have a
verses-
contradiction.
so this is a
No.
contradiction in Quran, correct?
Wow. No, and I'll explain why it's not.
Yes, sir.
So,
Why?
Yes.
so
Yeah.
right. So I'll explain. It says a book.
Well, be
whose
prepared to
verses
show
have
us
been-
the verse in the Quran that backs your explanation
I just have
up.
in the chat. You're just
Okay,
not
wait.
looking.
Don't just tell me the verse. I'll show it right up before.
Oh, okay. So first, let's go to so verse 4, chapter 4, verse
Mhm.
59.
59. Guys, you
Yeah.
you take a screenshot of this verse 41:3 that says that every verse is detailed. Now let's go to
No, it doesn't say.
459.
Sorry, where have you said that every verse is detailed?
Here, brother, here. A book, kitabun, a book, kitab,
who-
fuzilat are detailed, have been
Right.
detailed,
You,
and
sorry,
Arabic
you
Quran.
just said
Ayatin.
Adam. You just said all verses. It just says a book
Yeah,
whose
verses.
have.
Whose verses have been detailed.
Yeah, detailed.
Ayat. Whose verses? It's verses. So is there it says some verses?
Okay. A book whose verses have been detailed, and an
that
Arabic
is
Are
there-
there
some
are there
verses-
verses that aren't verses in the Quran? Are there verses that aren't verses in the Quran?
No. So what I was
Okay,
saying,
thank you.
No, so what I was saying with that is
Verses.
So
Everything's verses in the Quran.
it's really
buddy.
simple, right? So if I read the
Yeah,
Bible,
it's really
if I-
simple.
If I read the Bible,
No,
and I
the
can't
Bible does
understand
not. First of all, the Bible doesn't make this claim. Second of all, it says a book whose verses.
have been detailed. So what? So what's
Uh-huh.
detailed? Then, well, that
It's
doesn't
not.
mean
It's
everything
not
needs to be
saying. It's
understood.
not saying some. And
Oh,
if you
I-
want to, now if you
listen,
want to go to that,
let-
now if you want to go to that, I'm going to prove to you that
Okay.
only the first 6 verses of the Quran are the only ones that are clear and detailed.
Okay, let's just say I agree with you. All verses have been detailed. So what? What does that mean? I have to understand every single verse?
Well, if it's
duh.
explained in detail, duh. What's the reason of even making that claim if they're
Well,
not?
I'll explain to you why. So if you read a verse in the Quran in detail, I'll explain to you why. If you read, Wow. If you read a
Yeah.
verse in the Quran, if you read a verse in the Quran that's been detailed, and I read the same verse, and we come up with two different interpretations, should we just agree to disagree then, or should we
So
see?
Okay.
basically, so Quran is not clear.
Thank you.
What? No,
Come on,
Quran
my
is-
friend. Come on, my friend.
Listen, we
You are
don't, friend.
demolishing your own self,
I'm
just
not.
like you
I'm not.
first
No,
demolished on
no,
Jonah.
because you're not reading it in context, my friend. You don't know anything.
Oh,
Okay,
at
give
all.
me the
but
context.
I tell
but
you what, in context, I'll give you the context. Okay, so we do not have, for example, you have Trinitarians and Unitarians who believe in the same book but have two completely different faiths.
Then
And
you
we
have
read-
other people who says that there is a messenger after Muhammad. They are called Ahmadiyas because Quran does not say that he was the last of the Rasul, but he was
right,
the
right,
last of Nabi. So why
right.
don't you accept it? So please don't go over there
No,
because Quran is not clear
the
because
reason I
he's
gave
Khatimun Nabeen, not Khatimun Rasul. And
so the
Quran
Bible's not.
creates a difference between the
you
Rasul
can't
and
have
the
your
Nabi.
cake and eat it
So
too,
please
bud.
do not go there. Please do not go there.
I won't go there. So just to confirm, the Bible's not clear because you have Unitarians and Trinitarians that believe in the
So
same book
Quran
but
is
have
not
different
clear
faiths.
because you have this and that and that. So
The
please do not go
Bible
there.
doesn't make the claim. The Bible doesn't make the claim.
Are you
You
sure
don't.
about
You
that? Are you
can't.
sure
Yeah,
about
I'm
that?
sure about that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
It doesn't
Okay.
make the
All right.
claim that it explains everything in detail. As a matter of fact, why do you think we have all these Bible studies all the time? Because we're trying to learn the Bible. We're trying to figure out what it
Same as
says.
people in the Quran. I'm not born knowing the Quran off by heart.
So every time you run to the Bible, you're destroying your Quran. Okay?
No.
Because
No,
you,
no,
yeah, yeah, you are. Because you can't even
I'm just-
compare the two. You don't have the same. You don't have the same explanations. You don't
Sorry, you
have
asked-
these kind of
you asked
verses
for
in.
verses.
You
You
don't
asked for
have
proof.
these kind of.
459.
You don't have these type of verses in the Bible.
459. You asked for verses. Here's verses. 459. O you who believe, obey Allah and His Messenger. So you asked, why do we go to Hadith? That's why, because we obey Allah and His
Okay,
Messenger.
I'm here at 459.
So he contradicts.
Okay, let's
so
read.
so it contradicts itself.
No, it
Exactly.
doesn't. No,
Please
it
read
doesn't.
459 fully. Please read it.
O
It's on
you
the
who
screen.
believe, obey Allah and His Messenger, and those in authority among you. Then, if you quarrel about something, see, it clearly tells you if you
It
quarrel
says
about
if you disagree. Okay, read.
if you quarrel about something, revert back to Allah and the Messenger. If you believe in Allah and the last day, that is good for you and the best at the end. So.
Perfect.
So
Quran
it clearly,
is not clear?
So let
The
me
Quran
finish.
is not
No,
clear,
no,
correct?
Adam, come on, let me finish. So as I was saying beforehand, this is exactly what I was talking about, and this verse shows you clearly if there's anything you disagree about, which is going to happen. It doesn't mean that everyone's going to read the Quran and everyone's going to believe the exact same thing. You're being very unreasonable to think that verse
6105.
means that.
6105. 6105.
Okay,
Right, and then
6105.
chapter 3, verse 7.
Okay, 6105. Please read, Ed. And thus do we diversify the verses so they will say you have studied, and so we have make it clear for a people
Who know? Yes. Oh, alim. What does that mean? That people who know.
This is the problem. The verse is
know
like
what?
half saying that the Quran is clear, and the other for people who know. Who are these people? What is the meaning of alim? Can you take what
the people of knowledge?
Yeah, let us speak. Can you take what Ibn Kathir says or some and ignore the rest? If you can go with Ibn Abbas, can you take all his speech or some or take the rest? This is the big problem. Quran is not clear book, and you need something support it and help it. Comes from the speech of Muhammad or his hadith, but at the end you can take some, ignore it, and we see that
I have your answer there, my friend.
Okay, go ahead.
Chapter 3, verse 7. You guys only want to know scripture. Yes, there you go. Chapter 3, verse 7.
Oh, good. I was hoping you'd go to that verse because
Alright,
this is
3:7.
gonna destroy your Quran now.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
not.
Oh,
All
yes,
right,
sir.
3:7.
Yes,
There
sir.
you go. 3:7 is on the screen.
Okay.
Who's going to read it?
Do you want to read it, Ed, or do you want me to?
Sure, I'll read it.
Okay.
It is he who has sent down to you, O Muhammad, the book. In it are verses that are precise. They are the foundation of the book. The foundation of the book. Remember that.
Okay.
And others unspecific.
Yeah.
As for those in whose hearts is deviation from truth, they will follow that which is which is unspecific, seeking discord and seeking an interpretation suitable to them. And no one knows its true interpretation except Allah.
Exactly.
But those firm in knowledge say, we believe in it. All of it is from
That's
our
right.
Lord, and no one will be reminded except those of understanding. So the only one that can understand the Quran is Allah. Thank you.
Right. So if we hello, yeah. So if can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you. No
Oh,
one
sure.
knows the
brilliant. Sorry,
interpretation
I
except
thought.
Allah.
Right. So what he just said that no one can understand the whole Quran except Allah, but no, that's not what it says. In
That's
context,
what
That's
it says.
exactly
Really,
what it
just
says
me.
right there,
no,
dude.
no. Wow, I can read the highlighted bit if you read it clearly. So listen, they will follow that of which is unpacific, seeking discord and seeking an interpretation suitable to them, and no one knows its true interpretation except Allah. But those
Thank
firm
you.
but full stop, but those firm in knowledge say we believe in it, all of it.
So
is
you
from
just
our Lord.
believe. You do not know what it says, but you just believe.
Don't
Correct?
know the interpretation, and that is a
Believe in
separate
what?
sentence.
If
It
you
says,
don't know
and
that,
no one knows its true interpretation except Allah, period.
if you don't know the interpretation of Quran,
Of the
or no
unpacific.
one knows, then what is your belief? Believe in what? Tell me.
So okay, so
Simple.
I'll explain to you. So when you read certain verses in the Quran, and you may, that's why we have different schools of thought, and it's the same with all faiths. I won't use Christianity as one, but it's the same with all faiths. So if you read a certain verse and you come up with a certain interpretation and you try to twist that verse to try and suit your way, that's what it's talking about here. Suitable for them. So
Where does it say that?
it says they will follow that of which is unpacific, true interpret. But wait, before that, where is it? They are the foundation of, and others unpacific. As for those in whose hearts is deviation from the truth, they will follow that which is unpacific. That's exactly where it says that, Ed. Just in case you missed that.
Yeah, but again, but it still says only Allah knows its interpretation.
Yes, but you asked me where.
Dude, you got a contradiction. See, this is why I had you read that, because now you have a serious paradox, contradiction going on right here between those two verses.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, you don't, Ed. I promise you.
Yeah, dude.
You don't, my friend.
It says, and no one knows its interpretation except Allah. So tell me, does Allah come down to you every night and explain these things to you?
No.
Does he? No. Then how do you get it from Allah? Because He's the only one that knows how to interpret it.
Okay, what interpretations does only Allah know? Explain.
What do you mean? It says right here, and no one knows its interpretation except Allah.
Which ones? The whole Quran?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, it says it here.
Exactly.
I just want you to read it. It says it right there in front of you.
No.
It says it right there in front of you, Ed.
Oh, it says some verses are ambiguous and some are not.
And they're the ones that.
That's it. That's it.
No, listen carefully. Ed, you're a funny character. You are.
Yeah, listen, but it still says in its own sentence, and no one knows its true interpretation, and no one knows. No one. It's right there. Can you see it? It says, and no one. Can you see that? Can you see that?
What is it that
no one knows?
What
no one knows its interpretation except Allah. No one knows. What part of that don't you understand?
What's it?
What do you mean? What's it?
You said no one knows.
Are you saying? Are you now? Are you saying that Allah, that the Quran's not being clear about what it's talking about?
No, I'm asking you because I want to see if you're clear about what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. Right, it is the book, because that's the subject of this verse.
Wrong.
It is. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is He who sent down you the book. In it are verses that are precise. They are the foundation of the book. Oh, the foundation of the book.
Keep going.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And others unspecific. Oh, so you have unspecific verses in there too. Right. See? See? Contradiction, buddy.
Keep going there.
As for
Keep going.
those in whose hearts in deviation from
Wait,
the
this is the
well,
important
wait a
part.
second. Wait a
Read this
second.
slowly. Read this slowly.
Hold on,
for you
we
to
have these
understand.
brackets right here. We have these brackets here. That's
Yeah.
not in the Arabic. Yeah, it's not in the Arabic. Whose hearts is deviation, they will follow that of which is unspecific, seeking
important
discord
part.
and seeking an
That's
interpretation.
the important
And
part. Ed.
no
You're
one
not doing
knows
that, are you?
it's
You're not doing that, are you, Ed?
and no
Ed,
one
Ed,
knows.
God's not talking about you here in
Dude,
this verse,
whether
is he?
I was doing it or not, it still says,
That's
and
exactly
no
what
one
God's talking
knows,
about, Ed. Do you
and
know
no
what?
one
Do you know
knows
what? This
whose
is beautiful.
interpretation
This is
except
beautiful.
Allah,
want this-
because it's not
Listen,
qualifying.
I want this to be an example
And
for Adam,
no
Ed,
one knows
me,
its
critical
interpretation
thinker, John,
except
Devon.
Allah.
Right, I want this to be an example for everyone because what this verse is talking about is exactly what Ed has done. This has just beautified this verse for me even more.
So now the question here is, let me add a question. Let me add a
What Ed
question.
has done is
No, no, let
exactly
me add a
what this
question.
verse is talking
So-
about.
Okay, perfect. But
So
let me add a question to
confusion is beautiful to you. Okay,
No,
I got
you
you.
Exactly.
confused yourself. You've
Ed-
taken from it what you
Ed was
wanted.
my friend, my brother. Hold on.
Yeah.
So here the thing is, according to you, Allah is God, and He gave this Quran.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So in this Quran, there are certain verses
Yeah.
which are unclear.
That we would have to seek knowledge of and people that have studied. So for example, I can't just read a verse,
Hold on, this-
Adam, I can't just read a verse and understand it how I want. I
Okay.
might my
But
knowledge
the book is
or my-
clear.
Hold on.
Yeah, but not
The
clear
book
to
has been
people
made
of your-
clear.
Yeah,
Not
I'll
people of your
go
sort
there.
of IQ.
And
my
I'll go
friend.
there. Let's go with him on this one for the sake of argument. Let's go. No choice or
Yeah.
John, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's understand this point from a outsider point, outsider person. Okay.
Okay.
Here is the deal. Quran says, I have shown you in 41:3 that every verse, that the verses of Quran,
A
because
detail.
Quran are detailed,
Yes, I agree.
detailed explanation.
And I
Okay,
don't see that as
perfect.
a contradiction either. Yeah.
Perfect. Hold on.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But here you are talking about that there are verses in Quran which are mutashabihat, as it says in Arabic,
Yeah.
that they are mutashabihat.
Mm.
So are they fuzilat or are they mutashabihat?
It depends who's reading it, Adam, and that's what he's talking
Perfect.
about.
Now,
Yeah.
here is the point. Here is
You
the
get
point.
that, yeah? You
Here
understand
is
that
the
point?
point. Here is the point. Here is the
Yeah.
point, brother. Here is the point.
Yeah.
When we talk about 41:3, it does not says that there is any mutashabiha in the ayats.
But
It
the
does not
last
say
part
that.
is Adam. The last part is important. It says a book whose verses have been detailed in the Arabic Quran for who?
Who
For
knows
a
the
people
Arabic?
who know. Yeah, for a people
Who knows
know.
the Arabic?
Yeah.
It's a reference. The reference. No, not the people of Alim. It says the one who knows Arabic because it's in Arabic. Because as Allah said in Quran that I have given you the Arabic Quran for the people of Arab, so that they would not know. They would not say that no book was given in Arabic for them. Correct?
Yeah, but the
Okay,
Quran is for
now-
the whole of mankind, and it says that it's not just for
But-
the Arabs.
Okay, hold
know
on.
that, yeah?
You are. Yeah, I know where you are getting it from, but
Yeah.
once again, when we are talking about this verse, this
Yeah.
verse is saying that Quran is in perfect Arabic, and all of
Not-
its no. Okay.
No,
What
no.
no? What did you say no to on first?
I'll explain what I said to you now on, right? So it
Okay.
says a book whose verses have been detailed, an Arabic Quran for a people who know. So just to
Who know
confirm-
what? Who know Arabic? So
No,
if you look at the
no,
context,
No.
so okay, here, hold on. Do you see this small wow, the breakage?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Quran and Arabian. When we talk about Quran and Arabian, this is the Arabic. Liqawmihi ya'lamun is for the Arabic, not for the Quran and Fuzilat of Ayah, because
Sorry,
there is a
Adam,
breakage.
'cause
Is there a
what you
breakage
said-
in the middle?
No, but what you said before was for Arabs. But what I'm saying is you don't have to be Arab to know Arabic.
So perfect.
that,
Now
yeah?
once again, for the people who know Arabic, correct?
Yeah, but you don't have to be
Perfect.
Arab.
Perfect. So the people who know Arabic, it has. So for you, and whatever scholar you follow.
Yeah.
It is not for the Arabs only. It is for the people who know Arabic. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming back to the same point. So the book is detailed for the people who know Arabic. Everyone heard that. Now
Can you read it? Can you wait there? Sorry, can you read that in Arabic for me, Adam?
Kitabun fuzzilat ayatuhu Qur'anan Arabiyan liqawmi ya'lamun. What's the problem?
Okay. Okay. So the
Okay.
problem here is this. So all right, so just to confirm, right? It says a book whose verses have been detailed, an Arabic Quran for people who know.
Can you read it in
Knows
Arabic,
what?
please?
I want
Can
to
you read it in
understand.
Arabic? Can you go
Adam,
ahead and read it in Arabic too, please?
sorry, 1 second.
Okay,
Ed.
can you please read it in Arabic as well? Because now Ed actually said that, because you said it to me, now he's saying it. Can you
I
please?
can't read Arabic, Adam.
So you can't even read Arabic. Once again,
Oh,
so
Right.
for you, how is it in Fuzzilat? How is it in detail when you can't even read it, let alone understand or comprehend it?
I'll explain, Adam.
Okay, please explain.
I'll explain. So when you read that verse and you said to me that this, because it says an Arabic Quran for people who know, you said it.
And who knows Arabic? Ya'lamun. This action is
Ya'lamun.
for the last verb, not for the first one, because there is over here you see a small wow.
I don't believe that to be the. I don't believe when it says.
I
for
don't
people,
care what you say. I am
All right,
showing you from the
I'm gonna-
Arabic. I can
second.
read Arabic.
1 second. I'm just going to get the tafsir behind this verse. 1 sec.
Okay.
for a book that's explained in detail.
Yeah. 1 sec, because I know that's not true.
He's constantly, yeah, thank you. See? He just said it's not true. You just said
not to what
the
you just said,
Quran
man.
is a lie. Thank you.
No, I didn't say that.
So
to that,
now,
my friend.
once again, can you please show me? Forget that. Can you please show me that when we talk about mutashabihat, our mutashabihat has any reference to 41.3, or your scholars will go into other detailed verses, other verses to show mutashabihat?
Okay, 1 second. Just on the point you said that is only for people who know Arabic.
My friend, I am not saying
That's what
saying
you
that
said.
your
That's what you
Quran is
said.
saying that. No,
Okay,
your
that's-
Quran is saying that.
Right. Okay, the Quran is saying that. Let's see if the Quran is saying that.
Okay.
How can you see if the Quran's saying if you can't speak Arabic?
Because he knows. He knows.
Yeah, I'd have to say we have some serious hypocrisy going on here.
Why?
What do you mean, why? You can't
Why?
even read the Arabic. How do you know?
Does that mean I can't be a Muslim because I can't read Arabic?
Yeah, that's exactly what that means. You're not a Muslim.
It doesn't say
Yeah.
that.
Can you recite the Quran in Arabic?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
recite
so
the
this
Quran.
is
Yes, I-
Al-Tabari,
wait,
the
shush.
earliest,
Yes,
the earliest,
Ed, yes, I can.
the
recite the Quran
earliest
in Arabic.
person, the earliest person.
Ed,
He
I'm
says
gonna
the
give you that
Quran
chance,
is
buddy.
a revelation. Guys,
Alright.
let me show the tafsir.
Wait
Let me
there,
show the
wait there.
tafsir.
Sorry, just
I'm
one.
showing tafsir
No,
al-Tabari.
just Adam,
It
just
is
one. Adam,
310 AD. Guys, listen.
Adam,
Hold on.
Adam, do you understand Arabic?
310 AD, and it says his verses has been clarified, and he's saying Arabic Quran. Allah says his verses are detailed thus. For the people of Arab
Keep
differed
going.
in the aspect of accusing of the Quran, and some of the Basra
Right.
grammarists say the book is detailed, the book is a
Yeah.
news of the beginner tiding, and etc.
Right.
etc. So
Right.
the
No,
Arabs,
no, no, no,
the
no,
Arab
no, 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 no.
Quran,
Let's read that.
the
Let's read that.
Arabic.
No. I'm going to prove you wrong right here within your own with your own little bit that you just brought.
There
in.
you go. Prove
So
it.
the people of Arabic differed. The people of Arabic. That doesn't even make sense. But anyway, the people of Arabic.
Because it doesn't
differed.
make any sense, because this is the translation from Google Translation. So
Okay.
here if you say Quran Arabian Yaqulu Ta'ala Zikran Fuzilat Ayati Haza Faqad As-Sayyidi Fuzilat Ayat Kala Yabidi Ayat
Just a quick
Quran
brother,
Arabian. Hold
brother,
on, let now.
Just a quick question
Fuzilat
for you
Ayat
before you
Haza
carry on.
Faqad Ikhtalafu Ahl al-Arabiya. So people of Arabs, people of Arabia, the location of Arab. So
Adam,
basically, in those times, you do not have Saudi Arabia. So they say the
No.
people of Arab, and that is why Ahlul Arabia, the people who are the knowledge people of Arabic language.
do you want
That's what the Arabic word is saying.
Adam?
Go
do,
bring anyone who can read Arabic and prove me wrong.
Adam, do you understand Arabic?
I can understand Arabic
Okay,
pretty well.
So if I say to you, يا أهل الكتاب لا تغلوا في دينكم ولا تقولوا على الله إلا الحق إنما المسيح عيسى بن مريم كان رسول الله وكلمته ألقاها إلى مريم روح من لا Do you understand what that means or
Do you
not?
understand what you actually did?
Yes,
you
I
actually
do.
told me,
Yes,
you
I do.
actually told me that, oh, people of scripture, do not exceed what has been given. The messenger, the Jesus, the Isa, basically Isa
Yeah.
ibn Maryam
I understand
was
exactly what I said.
was a prophet, and the kalima Allah and the kalam of Allah and ruhu minhu and his ruh. So does Allah has a spirit?
No, Allah doesn't have. What do you
So
mean?
why
Allah
does
have a
Quran
spirit?
says that ruhu minhu? You are
Ruh
reciting a verse
al-Qudus.
in Arabic.
Ruh al-Qudus you're talking
Ruhul
about. So
Qudus,
look,
okay.
listen,
Quddus. Can
listen.
you show me? Can you show me who's
Isa,
so
man.
Come on,
Right,
man. You just destroyed your
I
own
tell you what it says here.
narrative once
I'll
and for
explain
all.
to you. يا أهل الكتاب لا تغلوا في دينكم ولا تقولوا على الله إلا الحق إنما المسيح عيسى بن مريم كان رسول الله وكلمته ألقاها إلى مريم روح من آمنوا بالله ورسله ولا تقولوا ثلاثة انتهوا خيرا لكم إنما الله إله واحد سبحانه أن يكون له ولد. If you understand
So what did
that,
you just say? What did you just say?
so I just explained to you and to everyone else here that don't say that, O people of the scripture, yourselves, don't say about Jesus, which that you do not know, for Jesus was but a messenger of God.
Okay,
Do not-
show me where in
do
this
not
verse
say-
says but a messenger or except a messenger, please.
Okay,
You read the Arabic, please.
okay. 1 second, I'll show you. And
Show me except a messenger. The word except or only. Can you show me in this verse?
wait 1 second.
There's nothing called only in this verse.
Wait,
I have read this verse.
Sorry, يا أهل الكتاب لا تغلوا في دينكم ولا تقولوا على الله إلا الحق. O people
He
of the
was a
script-
messenger. He was a
Yeah,
messenger.
he was a
Yes,
messenger.
we
Yeah.
agree with that. Where is the
Okay.
problem?
Okay, the problem
Not
was
only, not just. You have to remove the just.
I will do. And it also, Ed, it also says do not say God is free. So do not say God is three in one
Okay,
or one
show
in
me.
three.
I never say
Show
he's
me
three. I
one-
say he's
show
one.
me-
One
Show
in
me
three. Yeah,
one-
1 second. Sorry,
Show
guys,
me
1 second.
Okay, now we are going in a different direction. Show me one.
Yeah, I know.
Christian-
He's trying to divert.
Show me one Christian who says that there are three gods. Please. Show me one Christian who says there are three gods. Where did you go, John? Show me one messenger which says there are three gods.
I see he is muting himself.
Why is he muting himself?
No,
I didn't mute
choice.
him.
No choice is mute.
I did not mute him.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No, he said hold on.
Yeah, okay.
He said hold on. Okay. He said hold on.
But
So
in,
now
the same,
imagine-
in the same page that you show for Tafsir al-Tabari, if you go the last sentence, it says in Arabic يقول فصلت آيات هذا الكتاب قرآن عربية لقوم يعلمون اللسان العربي. It means that this book is understood and for people who knows Arabic.
Yes, I'm highlighting that.
Yeah, this is a sentence is exactly as you said in the like interpretation of this verse.
So basically, this Quran is interpreted by the people of Arab, and they should be able to interpret it. There should be no mutashabihat. Is that what you're saying, John Isaac?
Yeah, there is no list for mutashabihat and muhkamat. It's like it's a big dilemma for Quran. No one knows who is mutashabihat, who is. It's not clear. It's a big confusion.
Hey, is there a list that I can get of these unclear verses that only Allah knows?
No,
I can give an
cannot.
example for an unclear verse right away now. And if our brother No Choice can give us a solution for this verse, it will be very good. Like Surah 20, verse 96.
Okay, let him come first before
Yeah,
I
okay,
show
no problem.
But imagine he's saying that tafsir explains it, but tafsir is saying this is for the Arabic people. And I have already told him I have read the tafsir. The last part is for the Arabic people, the lisan, the language, the people of Arab who speak the language. He doesn't even speak the language.
Okay, so what's the purpose of having these tafsir scholars if Allah in his Quran says that there's verses that only he knows? So why do I need to go to Ibn Kathir, Jalalain, Ibn Abbas, Qurtubi, Maldudi if they don't know what the Quran says because only Allah knows? So
Brother, you
are
need
they
to-
lying?
Good
I mean,
question.
clearly they're making stuff up because Allah says I am the only one who can interpret it.
Oh, but
So
you have a
how is
heart
it
problem.
clear?
You have a heart problem, man. That's why. You have a heart problem. See?
Oh, my heart is sealed.
Sealed by Allah, man.
Yeah, because now I'm going to actually break out what that verse really says.
Where do you want to go, Ed?
I've got, see, that was 3:7, right? Yeah.
What do you want to show? Tell me, and I'll open it on screen.
Well,
Let
you
me
can't
tell
open
you,
this
no
on.
choice. No choice. If there is some problem, you can go out and come back in. I don't know. I haven't muted you, FYI.
No, sorry about that, guys. I just had a phone call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Dakdok interpretation, Sama Dakdok interpretation.
Yeah, so Ed, so just to answer your question, although I can't read Arabic, I've memorized a lot of the Quran and I understand what I'm saying. So I can understand and speak Arabic, but I've never learned how to read or write it.
This
if that
one,
makes
this
sense.
tafsir, the last line, it actually says, Fuzilat Aya, Hazal Kitab of this book is detailed, Quranan of Quran, Arabian for Arabic, Likomi Yalamun al Insan al Arabian for the humans who knows Arabic. So let me see if Google Translation can do justice with it.
Are you Arab, by the way?
No, I'm not
No,
Arab. The
me,
verses of this book are detailed in the Arabic Quran for the
I
people who
am
know the
Arab
Arabic
too.
tongue.
No choice.
Can
I'm
you read
Arab.
it?
I could tell that you're Arab, John. I
Yeah,
can tell
there
by
you
your
go.
accent.
Egyptian.
Yeah,
Egyptian.
you're Egyptian. Yeah, you sound
Yeah.
Egyptian.
There you go.
Yeah.
The tafsir actually says that it is for the people who knows the Arabic tongue.
Okay. So the verses of this book are detailed in Arabic for a people who know the Arabic tongue. Okay, but that doesn't mean that because people that weren't Muslim knew the Arabic tongue. People were pagans and knew the Arabic tongue. So what point does that prove?
Ask Allah.
No.
He revealed this book. He
No.
revealed this verse. I did not.
No, I understand that, but my point is this. My point is just because it says of the people who know the Arabic tongue, it means that the people who understand the Quran and understand the meaning. So when we were
My
saying
friend,
about
you said go to tafsir and I showed you tafsir.
you
So
did,
this is
brother.
tafsir.
You did, brother, and I'm not disagreeing with that. But what I am disagreeing with when we're speaking about the clear and unclear verses, the detailed verses, it doesn't mean when it says that all the verses are detailed that every single person in humanity is going to understand the Quran fully when he reads it. Clearly, it didn't mean that, because if it did mean that, then everyone that read the Quran would understand it exactly the same. We wouldn't have.
Can you tell me what the mother of the book is?
What do you mean, the mother of the book?
Well, because that's what 3:7 actually says. It says in this clear Quran that it says he is who has sent down on you the book. Some of its verses are decisive. Those are the mother of the book.
You mean
and others are ambiguous.
Yeah, you mean Surah Al-Fatiha, like the opening chapter?
No. Ummul Kitab. Who is the mother of the book? Because Ummul Kitab, means mother. Book, Kitab means book.
Yeah, the mother of the book. Yeah, I know what
what is the mother of the book?
It's the opening chapter, isn't it? It's the
it's the opening chapter.
Yeah.
So those are the only verses that are clear according to this passage. Wow! Thank you.
No, when it's like I said to you, critical thinker.
Dude,
like, listen, critical
you just
thinker.
read it.
Oh, sorry, Ed, not critical thinker. Ed, sorry, Ed. Be honest with yourself, okay? When you are trying to make a point,
I am being honest with myself.
All right, that's good. So, are you trying to understand the point clearly and articulately, or are you trying to just find are you doing what this verse is saying that you're doing, and just trying to use unspecific verses and twist it how you want?
I'm not trying to become Muslim, okay?
No one's saying you are. No one's saying you are. You don't have to be. You don't have to have an open mind to be Muslim, Ed.
So yeah, but you see, I'm reading the verse for what it actually says.
Yeah, but
I'm not reading into it, and I'm not reading other people's tafsirs about this, because the Quran says it's explained in detail.
No, but for example, the Quran will mention.
I don't need any of that.
For example, the Quran will mention someone called Abu Talib. right? And it just mentions him. But how would we know who that person is without reading tafsir?
Yeah, thank
and
you.
that's why it says in the Quran.
So
obey
you
Allah
just destroyed the Quran again. Thank
and
you.
that's why it says
It's
in the
not
Quran,
clear.
and
It's
that's
not
why it says,
explained in detail.
and that's why it says in the Quran, obey Allah and His Messenger, because we need to understand so for example, when it says pray in the Quran, it doesn't say pray 5 times a day. How do we know to pray 5 times a day? We know that through the hadith.
Wow, do you know this is a big problem?
Mhm. Yeah. See, you're just completely destroying your
No, I'm not. I'm
your
trying.
whole religion,
I'm
dude.
trying. No, I'm trying.
I'm
no,
impressed. Thank you.
no, I'm just trying for you to understand. I'm trying to let you understand.
Why would I want to try to understand something
Exactly.
that is
You've
not
proven my point.
clear?
Ed,
That
you
is
proved my
not
point.
clear. It is not clear like
You're
it
right.
claims to be.
Why would you
and
try to
you
understand
can't
if you
understand
don't
it.
want to? Why would
The
you
only
try
way
to
I
understand
would
if you don't want
the
to?
only way I would be able to understand this is if I was brought up in this stuff and I was told that this was the truth.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have to take an objectional view on everything that I read.
Okay.
And I'm here to tell you,
Now
this
that's
is a
a very
mess.
important point. That's a very
Okay,
important point that
Ed.
Ed raised. That's a
Okay,
very
Ed.
important point.
So
Let me add to that point, brother,
Okay.
before you speak, and then
Okay.
I'll give you the mic fully.
Okay.
Now, as a ex-Muslim,
Yeah.
or as a person who is not a Muslim,
Yeah.
if they are reading the Quran, you don't even have 5 prayers. You do not even have how to perform wudu. You do not have any narrative in Quran. How do you perceive that Quran to be giving the guidance, because Quran supposedly says that it gives the guidance? And right now we saw from the ahadith that you are jumping from one place to another, yet Allah breaks his promise, and you agree that Allah did break his promise, but because of something that you wanted to show, but that's a separate thing. Once again, then we see that Quran does not even explain anything in any detail, but there are 6 verses in Quran: 6114, 1037, 12111, 252, 413, 1689, which says that the Quran is detailed explanation of everything, and
It
then
doesn't say everything. It doesn't say everything.
detailed explanation.
Yes, it does.
Show
Yes.
me. Show me.
12:111 says it. I posted
Everything.
it already.
Yeah.
It
No. but
says
doesn't-
everything.
Show me.
Hey, can I interject something?
Okay, let's just fix that and then you can interject. There,
Okay.
there was certainly in these stories a lesson for those of understanding. Never was it, i.e., the Quran, a narration invented, but a confirmation of what was before it,
Yeah.
and a detailed explanation of all things. Kulli shay'in, kulli shay'in,
Yeah.
and guidance and mercy for the people who believe. Now,
Okay. So wait there.
that is between your hand, not before it. Baina yadayhi, yadai means your hand, between your hands.
Yeah.
But tafsilan kulli shay, when you say kulli shay, how can you run away from these 2 words? Kul
Okay.
means
Kulli shay.
all,
I know
kul
what kulli
means
shay means.
all,
Yeah.
shay means things.
Yeah.
It explains everything, all the things.
Okay.
And the reference that you can take this verse from is of the all scripture. That's it. That's the all that you can take reference of.
Okay.
And
but-
it's not qualifying all things.
Okay, so in context, it says there was certainly in their stories a lesson for those of understanding. So first of all, we can't just go to what you just come to. We need to understand this part first. So it says there was certainly in their stories. So who's their stories? So let's go to 1210. So look, it says there was certainly in their stories a lesson for those of understanding. Never was a narration invented, but a confirmation of what was before it, and a detailed explanation of all things and guidance, and a mercy of people, and a mercy for a people who believe.
Thank you. It didn't qualify it.
Okay, so until when the messengers despaired and were certain that
Which
they
one?
had been
Which
denied.
110 you were saying? Because 110
No,
does not say what
I
you
was
read.
saying. No, sorry. No, I was reading 111, but if you read the beginning of 111, it's talking about something, isn't it, that we haven't read in context. So if look, it says, there was certainly in their story. Who's their stories? So Ed would be asking, because he doesn't,
Well,
it's not clear.
Yeah, Quran says it's explained in detail and it's clear in its verses. So
Yeah, but
what do you mean it's not clear?
Clear when you read it in context. Ed. Not clear when you read it from when you want.
All right, so who is it?
Let's read the context. Let's go one verse
Right.
behind.
Right.
2 verse behind. How many verses behind you want me to go?
Keep going and I'll read.
Okay,
Keep going
this is
up.
1 verse behind. Read it.
Yeah. No, keep going up.
I have to add it. So tell me, I have to add it. Which
Go
verse?
from 1208.
108. There we
Yeah.
go, guys. We are going from 108 to
This is
111. There you go.
yeah,
108.
right.
Read it.
All right. Say, this is my way. I invite to Allah with insight, and I and those who follow me, and exalted is Allah, and I am not those who associate others with Him. Okay, go down.
Who's being followed here? Who's that talking about?
Okay, so you go up.
Nobody knows. Anyhow.
Yeah,
Let's
but
go.
with that, sorry, if you wanted to understand this verse, you'd have to go from the very beginning, Ed, just to understand that. You
I've
can't
read
just-
the book. I've read
You-
the book.
So who's it talking about then? If you've read it,
In this chapter, there is no name called Muhammad. FYI.
Nope.
Next.
okay, and this is talking. This is a story of Joseph.
Just read.
Yeah.
Just read the
So
next verse.
so just to confirm, this is the story of Joseph.
Okay, read.
And we sent not before you as messengers except men to whom we revealed from among the people of cities. So have they not travelled through the earth and observed how was the land and of those before them? And the home of the hereafter is the best for those who fear Allah. Then will you not reason?
So this is the story of Joseph, and we in these 2 verses we did not hear anything about Joseph. FYI. Next
Right?
verse.
What? What are you talking
verse.
about, Adam? No.
Both of these verses, read any tafsir. None of these verses are about Joseph. Next, read
Right.
next.
No. I have to elaborate on that point. So, first of all, this verse, I don't know this chapter. I don't know how many verses are in it. Are you expecting every single verse to mention Joseph in it just because the chapter's called Joseph?
So, if there is a chapter of Joseph, how many verses are supposed to be of Joseph? Can you give me like 30%, 50%, 70%, 80%? How many?
We don't know exactly. That's
Okay,
just
so
like
but give me something. Give me some arbitrary
I'm
number.
not
So there is
willing
a
to-
chapter called Abraham in Quran. How many verses are supposed to be of Abraham?
Do you know what
Can
that,
you
do, you
give
know
me
what,
some?
do you know what that's like saying? That's like me saying to you, if I give you a title of the name of a film, how many lines in that film are going to be mentioned in the title of that film?
No, that's not the point. When
No,
we
it
talk
is the
about
point. It's
Isaiah,
exactly the
when we
point.
talk about Isaiah, that the book of Isaiah talks about Isaiah, what he's doing. When we talk about book of
So does
Jonah,
Joseph.
it's about
So does
Jonah.
Joseph.
When we talk about now
All right,
here
Go
we
to
are
the start
talking
of,
about
all right,
we are
if you-
talking about
I'll play your game.
Hold on,
I'll
listen.
I'll play
Let me
your
finish.
game. Go to
Let me
chapter
finish.
1. Go to
Let me
verse 1.
finish.
Go
Let
to
me
verse
finish.
1. Go to verse 1.
No, we are not going there for the timing. Hold on. Stay here. Now, here you said, you told me, you said out of blue, which I was not even mentioning. Guys, remember, this is the chapter of Jonah. We are
Joseph.
talking about Joseph, sorry. We are talking about Joseph here. So these
never
verses
said-
are not even talking
no,
about Joseph.
I never-
It's
I never-
recorded line. It's
Adam,
recorded.
Adam, I never said we're speaking about Joseph. I said.
Okay, what are we speaking about?
I said the name of the chapter is Joseph.
And
No,
And?
he said this was talking about
this is
Joseph.
talking about Joseph. This is a recorded line. Should I go to my YouTube, rewind, and play your words again?
Well, if I did say that, then I rephrased because all I done was saw the top of the screen and saw the verse, the name of the chapter, which was Joseph.
Okay, so you take your words back. Correct?
I take my words
read
back.
It. Now read it.
Right. So you asked me, you said to me that this is not talking about Joseph, right? It's
I
recorded.
told you that this verse is
recorded.
not talking about Joseph. Yes, I did that.
Okay. So they continued until when the messengers disappeared, and were certain that they had been denied. There came to them our victory. Without reading it in context, I don't even know who we're talking about here.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we
Okay,
don't know
next
because
verse.
we have to keep going up to read it
Now,
in context.
What is the next verse?
Right. There was certainly in their stories a lesson for those of understanding. Never was a narration invented, but a confirmation of what was before it and a detailed explanation of all things and guidance and mercy of a people who believe.
So how does this verse correlate to any of the previous verses that you just read?
What do you
You
mean? How does
chose
it correlate?
you chose how far we went back, by the way.
Yeah. That's what I was saying to you. But like I said, I'd have to read it in context.
So how does this verse correlate
face
to any of
value,
the previous verses?
on face value, in order to understand a verse, I'm not just going to go 3 or 4 up. For me personally, the way I read, I have to read it from beginning to end, and then I understand
now
where
let
it comes.
us read. Okay, I will. Look. I will go to verse number 1
Yeah.
of this chapter,
Okay.
and we will read from verse number 1 all the way till here. And if this verse is not explained, will you leave Islam right now and say Quran is not detailed? Can you do that? And I will start reading from verse number 1 over here, and every witness who's watching by YouTube will see that you were wrong and I was right. I will go to verse number 1 of this chapter right
For me,
now.
Okay, so just to clarify, for me, Adam,
Just
it's
to
not about,
clarify, right now, I will go to verse number 1 because you claimed it, and I will rewind my
what I said,
YouTube, and I will
as
show
you
you
s-
that you said it. You have to go to verse
as
number 1 to explain it.
as you said, it's recorded, and what I said was, for me personally, when I read to understand something in context, and it's recorded, and you can listen back.
And I did not say that everyone has to leave Islam. I said you will leave Islam.
No, I never
not
said
everyone else. For
Adam,
you said you will going to go from verse number 1 to understand it.
Adam, no disrespect. I think there's a slight language barrier between us here, because what I said was, for me personally, when I read a verse or when I read a chapter, for me to feel comfortable, I would have to read it from the beginning. That is not me saying that this will definitely correlate with something else, or if it doesn't, I will leave Islam. No, it's recorded and you can listen to what
Let's
I
go
said.
back to the beginning, and we'll see how comfortable you are when you get through reading it.
Yeah, that's what my challenge is. It's not that. I am challenging you that even if you read from verse 1,
critical thinker,
12:111
sorry,
will not be able to give you the answer.
Critical thinker has just said that Joseph is not mentioned once in that surah. Okay,
dude, I don't care about critical thinker right now. It's you and me, so don't take it into context. Right now, answer me. If I go to verse number 1,
I will leave Islam if Joseph is not mentioned in this surah.
Dude, I do not care about what he said. You are talking to me. If I'm going to verse number 1 till verse number 111, and none of those verses could explain this, will you leave Islam?
No, of course I won't.
Okay, you will not. So now, understand that point. I am explaining and I'm telling you that this verse and the context of this verse from previous and front will not explain it.
Well, how do you know? Tell me every verse.
Because if you read the tafsir of this verse, you will see that they are not using any of the verses of this chapter. That's why.
Okay, so tell me all the verses before it then, if you know that.
You tell me.
No, you're the one.
Which verse do you want me to go?
No. I said you tell me, because you're saying that this verse here that we are seeing in front of us right now, verse 108, chapter 12, has nothing to do with anything else in this chapter. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying that the explanation of this verse is not present in the first 110 verses. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Prove me wrong.
Okay, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a scholar. I would have to read it. I would have to go through it. I would have to understand it.
So you do not know that, yet you are saying read from verse number 108. How do you actually proclaim that? Why did you proclaim that?
Because if you listen to what I said, and it's recorded, I said, for me personally, and I think Ed has heard me say this more than 3 times, for me personally to understand something and reason with it and grasp it, I have to read from beginning to end. And I've said that throughout. And Ed, I think if he doesn't believe me, then go back and listen.
Now the whole thing
Ed,
is,
did I say that, Ed?
And I am saying you, and that is why I proclaim to you. That is why I proclaim to you that even if you read from 1 to 110, you will not get an explanation of this verse. And that's why I said, because for you, reading from 1 will explain it, and if it does not explain it, will you leave Islam?
I will never leave Islam.
Okay, now you will never leave Islam.
Never.
Why would you never leave a prophet who was a pedophile, who married 9 years old? Okay. Now listen to my question first. I'm going to add certain things.
All right, okay.
Make all of these things as your points, and then answer fully. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Now, because now we are going into a tangent, so I'm going to give you certain things to dwell on. Why would you not leave an Islam whose prophet was a pedophile? Pedophile means who married and had sex with a young girl. Number 1. Number 2, who had sex slaves. And he had sex with them without marriage. Number 3, who capture of war, who took capture of war as females, Malakat al-Yamins, and had sex with them and distributed them among his followers. Number 4, the prophet to whom you have to give 20% of the booty, which includes women, as booty. Number 5, the prophet who gave you things which he did not even proclaim himself, because for him he can break his promise according to Quran. Number 6, he was
Let's go one by
being
one.
I will give you all six. I will give you the points, and then you can answer one by one.
Adam,
One by
would-
one.
what-
Number
let's-
6, he was under the effect of magic, and he was still
Okay.
thinking about having sex with his women,
Okay.
even under the effect of magic.
Okay.
So the prophet.
Let's.
Then number 7,
right,
let me
let's-
give you all the points, and then you can do that. Number 7, he was the person for whom can have sex even when he is in ihram, whereas no other can have it. Number 8, he can have more than 4 wives, and any woman who can give herself as hiba to him, and he can enjoy. Number 8, there is no prophet, somebody who could proclaim him. He is one out of the odd, and there is no previous prophet in his lineage. Number 10, he is the only prophet that is emerging in Arabian Peninsula. Nobody else has done that.
Okay.
10 points.
Okay. 10
refute
points.
one
All
by
right.
one.
So first of all, name me number 5 again.
No, one by one.
No, yeah, name me number
Pedophile
5.
prophet.
I want to answer number 5. No,
One
name
by
me-
one first. Pedophile
yeah.
prophet.
Yeah, I want a number 5.
Start
first.
from pedophile.
What's number
one by
5?
one.
Just I will do number 1, but what's number 5 again?
I don't know. Number 1 is that he was
No,
a pedophile. Please answer that.
no. What's number 5?
Start from pedophile.
What's number
I don't
8?
even know what was number 5. I
Oh,
was
glad.
just saying
I'm
stuff.
glad you don't know what number 5 was. Right. So let's start from number 1 then. 'cause you
Number
can't
1,
even-
pedophile prophet.
Right. Okay. So first of all, you say paedophile prophet. When you say paedophile, what does that mean?
The one who married an underage girl.
All right.
Child molester.
Right. Brilliant. Who determines underage? Who determined underage at that time?
Aisha did that. Aisha said that she was 9 years old when Muhammad
Okay.
had intercourse with
So
her.
that would indicate that
Hadn't
that-
started puberty. Hadn't
Right.
started
Brilliant.
puberty.
Brilliant. Ed.
A
Brilliant.
kid. A little
That's-
kid.
that's
Yeah,
what
a little kid.
Okay.
A little kid.
Right. So
First grader.
how old
First
was-
grader.
How old was Mary when she married Joseph? How old was Mary and how old was
Show
Joseph?
me from the. Show me from
She sure
the,
wasn't
show me
6.
from the Bible. Show me
Sorry?
from the
Yeah.
Bible.
Yeah,
Sorry?
come on. Yeah, come
Show
on.
me from the Bible how old
Show
she
She
me
was.
from
wasn't
the Quran.
6.
Show me
She
from
wasn't
the,
6.
Show me from the Quran, Adam.
Okay, I can show you from the Bukhari hadith because
No,
the Bible has.
from the Quran.
Listen,
from the
listen,
Quran.
listen,
no.
listen, listen.
Shush.
Listen,
no,
listen.
Adam,
Eh,
Adam,
okay,
I'll
from
let you
the
speak.
Quran.
No,
Okay.
stop.
You
Hold
mean
on,
from
hold
the
on,
fully
hold on.
explained? You mean from the fully
Ed,
explained in detail,
Adam,
Quran?
You
And
just
let me-
said,
Adam,
you
and
just
let me-
said follow
allow me.
Allah
Adam.
and His messenger.
Adam,
Follow
Adam,
Ed,
Allah
hold
and
on.
His
let
messenger.
me
Guys,
speak
hold
now.
on.
Let
Guys,
me
hold
speak
on.
now. All right, let
Okay,
me speak.
say.
Thank you. Okay,
Say.
Adam, you so articulately mentioned
Mhm.
10 points, and you
Mhm,
couldn't
mhm.
remember. You couldn't
Mhm.
remember them. After.
Say it.
I will. No, I'm going to do what you do. You try.
Okay,
you said
say it.
I will. You articulately mentioned 10 points, and you
Just
couldn't mention
say
them
the
after.
point. Show me
I
from
will do,
Quran the right
but I
point.
have
Say it
to-
from
but-
Quran.
But I have to mention what you did and
Say
how you've
again.
embarrassed
Show me
yourself.
from the Quran. Say again. Show me from the
Wait.
Quran.
1 second. So
Do you
first of
want
all-
to see the
first of
Aisha
all-
age from Quran?
First of all, you claimed that the Prophet.
Do you
Right.
want to see
me-
Aisha's
let me-
age from Quran? Yes
let
or
me-
no?
Let me finish. First of all, you claimed.
I am
you made-
asking you again and again,
Uh,
Joe.
you- no,
would you
come
want
on,
me
brother.
to
You
show
mentioned your
you?
no, brother.
from
You mentioned
Quran?
your points. Now let me speak, please. First of all, your first point, you mentioned that the Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, was a paedophile. So I asked you, show me, and what does a paedophile mean? You said someone who sleeps with someone who's underage. Okay, I said okay, no problem. So show me that the Prophet slept with someone who was underage, and I said to
Perfect.
you, wait, let me finish. No.
Perfect, okay,
Let
okay.
me finish.
Okay.
Then you said to me, you're going to show me. I said, where are you going to show me? I said, show me from the Quran. You said, no, I
Mhm.
can show you from the Hadith. Can you show me
Okay.
from the Quran the age that she was mentioned? Because you asked me to show you from the
Okay.
Bible, yeah? Show me
Perfect.
from the
Now
Quran.
here is the
Good.
thing. Now
Right, show me from the Quran.
listen to the answer. Can you
No,
show
from
me
the
the
Quran.
name?
Can you show me
Hold
from the
on.
Quran? Yes
Hold
or no?
on. Now
Yes or no?
I'm giving
Yes
you
or
the
no?
answer.
Yes or
I'm
no?
giving you the answer.
Yes or no? Yes
Is
or no?
there
Yes
Aisha
or no?
mentioned in
Yes.
Quran?
Yes or
Is
no?
Aisha
Yes
mentioned
or
in
no?
Quran?
Yes or no?
Is Aisha? Yes, Quran is here. Quran has it. Quran tells it.
All right, good. Show
Quran
me.
tells it.
Show me.
Quran tells it
Right,
and proves
everybody
it.
heard. Everybody heard.
Okay,
Quran
guys,
shows it and
listen.
proves it. Show me.
Listen.
Show
Now
me.
I'm gonna prove it.
Show
Now
me.
I'm gonna prove it
Show
that
me.
Quran says that you can marry and have sex with underage girls, and because Aisha's name is not in Quran, hence Aisha's age will not be in Quran, because none of the wives of Muhammad are mentioned by name in Quran. But Quran does tells that there is no specific age of marriage in Quran, and that's what exactly what Muhammad did, and that's what I'm showing in Sahih al-Bukhari. She
You
was
can't
prepubescent.
show me
Now,
in the Quran
let
then?
me
Is
show
that the
you.
answer? Is that the
Let me
answer?
show you
You
that
can't
in
show me the Quran.
Quran.
Okay.
If you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. And the ones who had never been pubescent before.
Thank you, Mimi Hijab. You
Oh.
exploded that according to Mimi Hijab, the Muslim scholar of the West, where our brother
do you know
Joe
what? Thank
is,
God.
he
Thank God I actually watched
explains
that debate.
that there is not a single verse in Quran which says that you cannot marry a prepubescent girl. So what does
Brilliant.
Mimi Hijab says?
Brilliant.
What do you have to go?
Brilliant.
You have to go to Hadith.
Brilliant.
Now
So stop.
read
So wait,
what
so-
Mimi Hijab says.
In the Sunnah, there's a hadith. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds or whatever is not because of puberty. Wait a minute, what did you say? It's not because of puberty, because that verse in the Quran actually says lam yahid. They never had puberty before. You can't go around that. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with those people is because of harm. The hadith says la darar wa la dirar. And I've said before, the reason why is because of the Sunnah, not because of the Quran. Such a verse, la darar, means you can't inflict harm to anyone else.
So basically, Mimi Hijab actually took another hadith which has nothing to do with marriage, and saying that La Zara, we do not inflict any harm to them.
If you're not willing
when
to
we
show
are
the whole,
talking
if you're
about
not,
the harm,
if you're not willing to
when
show
we
the
are
whole
talking
video in
about the harm,
context,
listen right now, let me finish, then you can give anything. So if you are not talking about harm, so if you are not giving harm, physical harm, you are not killing the lady, you can definitely marry her, and Quran is mute even for the mother of Muhammad, for the father of Muhammad, for any of the wives of Muhammad. Yet now the Joe is confined, he is running to Quran, even though previously he was
No.
going to Sunnah and
No.
tafsirs,
No, no,
but
no,
now
no, no,
when
no.
I'm showing the tafsir and the Sunnah,
The
he is
reason-
running in circles.
I've got you, Adam.
That's
I've got
the
you nice.
reality.
I've
Now
got you nice
speak.
here, bro. I've got
Now
right.
speak. A
So
lie
first of
is
all-
Mimi Hijab who's lying. Please
Right.
speak.
First of all, unless you're willing to show that whole video in context, I'm not willing to accept anything you show in that video. First of all, that's first point. Second point, you said to me, show me in the Bible. And that's the reason I said to you, show me in the Quran. So just that's your point debunked completely there. That was the only reason I said that to you. I'm more than happy
So
to
you are
accept.
going to tell me
No,
that
let me
you
finish.
say
Let me
you
finish.
say no,
Let
no,
me
no, no, no,
finish.
no, no, no,
I haven't
no.
finished.
So you
I
are
haven't
going
finished.
to take a tafsir of you are going to take an exegesis of the Bible. Give me the
No.
exegesis of Bible,
No,
please.
no,
Hey.
that's not what I
But-
So
said.
you cannot
When
give
But
me
the
the
Bible-
exegesis of Bible.
That's not what I said.
You
What
are
I
not
said,
going to give me the exegesis of
that-
Bible.
that's-
But what are you going to give me?
That's
What
not.
source are you going to give me?
That's not what I said.
Ah, the
That's-
Apocrypha account. So I can give you a Madud hadith
No.
and you will going to accept it, correct?
No, that's
Oh,
not what I
no,
said.
you're not going to accept it.
No, that's
When
not
you
what
are
I said.
talking
I'm
about
still saying that's not
Bible,
what I said.
you
I'm
are
not
going to
replying to
give the
anything you're
Apocrypha
saying right now,
account.
apart from that's not what I said.
So
I'm not replying.
stop babbling and
I'm
come
not-
to the point. Was
reason-
Aisha 9?
the
Yes
reason-
or no?
The reason it might come
Was
across as
Aisha 9? Yes or no?
the reason I might come across as
Was
unbabbling because you
Aisha
have
9?
a
Yes or
very
no?
you have a very monotone voice.
Was
and you don't let
Aisha
somebody get a voice
9? Yes or
raised in.
no?
Right. Okay. So first off,
Was Aisha 9? Yes or no?
first of all, I'll answer the first question.
Was Aisha 9? Yes or no?
Okay. So I'll answer the first question.
Was Aisha 9 when Muhammad had intercourse with her? Yes or no?
You tell me.
Was Aisha 9
tell me.
when
You tell
Muhammad
me.
married her? Yes or no?
You tell me. Yes or no.
يعني كلام صحيح البخاري
نعم
كلام الفتح كلام الحافظ في الفتح كل ده بيقول انه الاتفاق على انه الكلام هنا على الصغيرة التي لم تبلغ الحيض بعد، يجوز تزويجها وإن لم يحدث وفاق تطليقها، والشرع قال هذا فعدتها كذا. مين اللي قال الكلام ده؟ زي ما بقول لحضرتك كده، ولا لم يحدث
الصغيرة، يعني الصغيرة اللي هي لم تبلغ الحيض يجوز.
نعم،
يجوز
الكلام
تزويجها.
طبعا الكلام ليس كلامي، انما الكلام على ايه؟
يعني تبقى مثلا كم سنة؟ يعني 10 سنين، 9 سنين، 8 سنين،
لم يتحدث سن. الحقيقة لم يتحدث سن للزواج. لا، الشريعة الإسلامية كلها، هات لي حد يقول لي يتحدث سن بيوم، بسنة، ب10، ب15، ب20.
انت على كده بقى، انت ممكن وهي لسه طفلة بقى شهر او شهرين بقى،
ان شاء الله حتى يوم.
So now,
Okay.
are you going to run away?
Okay.
Was Muhammad following his Quran? Yes or no?
Okay. So first and foremost, Adam, you try and portray yourself as.
Was Muhammad following Quran? Yes or no?
No. I'm gonna listen. If you're not gonna let me speak, I just won't bother. I'll just let you speak.
So don't run. I told you, if you're
No
going
one's
to give
running.
me stories,
No
if you're going
one's-
to give me
no
stories,
one's
I'm not
giving
going
you
to
stories.
listen.
No one's
Give
giving
me
you
the
stories.
hadith. I'll show on screen. Give me the hadith.
Aisha, okay, you asked me, was Aisha 9? Yes or no? Aisha
Yes.
herself didn't know.
Aisha did not know.
No, Aisha herself did not
Did
know.
not know. Did
Right.
not know. Correct?
Right.
You said
Let-
that.
No, let
Did
me
you say
finish.
Aisha did not know?
I'll give you the exact hadith.
Can you please
actually.
tell me that? Did
I'll
you
give
say
it- I'll
Aisha
give-
did not know?
I'll give you the exact
I
hadith.
was 9 years. I was 6. Sorry, 6 years.
Oh,
Read
which one? 9
from
or
the
6?
front. Okay, 6 years when Muhammad married and consumed the marriage at
Right.
the age of 9. Aisha narrated, the messenger of Allah married me when I was 7 years old. The narrator Sulman said 6.
Yeah,
he had
but I can give
intercourse
you a
with me when
different
I was
hadith. I'll
9.
give you a
6
different
or
hadith.
7, but 9 when he had intercourse. Listen, read.
I'll give you a
Aisha
different
narrated,
hadith.
Aisha narrated Sahih al-Bukhari 5134. The Prophet married her when she was 6 years old and consummated the marriage when she was 9. Hashim said that. Okay, next verse. Sahih al-Muslim 1422. Aisha narrating, reporting. Allah Apostle said, married me when I was 6 years old and I was admitted to his house when I was 9 years of age. Abu Mas'ud, Sunabi Dawood. How many hadiths do you want from
Brother.
the early Kitab al-Sitta that
Brother,
Aisha
that's
was
Sahih.
6 and
That's
9
Sahih
when she
Daif.
was consummated? So you are telling me Aisha did not know. Where did you read it? Oh, there was something somebody stated in the 18th century or 15th century. No, she was not 9. Okay, now give me your answer. Which hadith should I open?
Okay, you finished, Adam.
Which hadith should I open?
Have you finished or not? Because I'm not willing to speak unless you say you finished.
Which hadith? If
No.
you're going to give me hadith,
No.
I'm going to let you speak.
No.
Hadith. So that I
No,
can open.
unless you say to me you're finished, I'm not willing to speak because every
If
time I
you're-
try to speak, then you don't let me.
If you are going to give me hadith and I will show it on the screen, I will allow you to speak. If you're going to give me a story, I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna give you hadith, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna listen nicely.
Send me the
You're gonna-
hadith.
No, I'm gonna read it out first, and then
Okay,
you're
send
gonna-
me the hadith first so that everyone can see while you're reading.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Right. 717-189.
Give me the link on the private chat and I will show on the screen.
How do I do that? Right there.
There's a private chat over here. You can see you can send the hadith.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, right where I put 65 forward, it says you can marry children at 1 day old.
Yeah.
1 day old, yeah? And
Mhm.
you believe that, do you?
It says that.
Sure.
Okay.
Before menstruation, I mean, 1 day old is before menstruation, buddy.
Right, okay. How many Muslims do you see marrying one
Can you please
babies
send
that are
me
1
the
day old?
hadith
None.
and I will show on the screen.
Out of
Your own
billions.
scholars destroy you. I showed you your own Arabic scholars saying 1 day old. Not us, your scholar, Arabic scholars, and I showed this image. So now, can you please give me the hadith? And I will show on the screen.
Okay, 1 sec. So the hadith that you referred to, right? So the hadith.
My
you
friend,
ref-
I hadith so many. Give me the
Right.
hadith and then
Sorry,
start speaking.
1 second. Aisha's age, right? So the hadith that you refer to and you put on the
Give
screen.
me the hadith, brother, before you speak. I told
No,
you
no,
so
I'm
many
no,
times.
no. I'm going to speak first, and you're going to listen.
I
to me.
have been speaking when I'm showing the hadith on the screen. You
I
do
wanna-
the same thing, and I will allow you to speak once the
I want
hadith
to
is on screen.
I want to use the hadith that you brought up about Aisha's age being 9. That hadith I want to comment on first. Okay.
There's Sahih al-Bukhari as well. Sahih
Yes.
al-Bukhari, she was 6,
Yes.
please.
That's, but he didn't consummate until she was 9. So on that hadith, I want to comment on, right?
Please,
so
comment.
right. So this hadith cannot be true for several reasons. First, the
Okay.
Prophet could not have gone against the Quran to marry a physically and intellectually immature child. Secondly, the age of Aisha can be easily calculated from the age of her elder sister, Hazrat, who was 10 years older than Aisha. Okay.
Okay,
So
now
let-
you are giving me a reference which
so
is
let me-
written.
so
Listen
let's work
to
this
me
out.
now. I
So
have
let's
already
work
heard
this
that.
out.
I have already
let's
heard
work this
that. So
out.
you are telling
So-
me.
Right.
You
so
are telling
Hazrat,
me.
so right,
Show
Hazrat
me
Asma
the
died in the years.
hadith.
I'm
Show me the hadith. That's why I said that. Show me the hadith. So
What
that
I'm doing
everyone
is-
would know who is the writer, who is the chain of narrator, and I will show you how you are showing a Madud hadith with Wahid, with Wahid,
Show me-
with
show-
Wahid chain,
sh-
with
sh-
Wahid chain. Now shut
show
up
me-
and let's listen.
show me
With
the ma-
Wahid chain,
show
and
me-
all of the early scholars, even all your current scholars agree to the fact that that's Madud and it's stupidity to say it, and then you
Show me.
proclaim
Show
that
me the
how
Madud
can
hadith.
Muhammad go against Quran?
Show
So
me the
how can
show
Muhammad
me,
go
show
against
me the
Quran?
Madud hadith. Show me the Madud hadith.
You show me. So how
No.
can you go
So it's not Madud
65
hadith then.
65-4? How can Muhammad go against Quran? Quran already says that you can marry young girls. So tell me which verse of the Quran Muhammad went against of?
Sorry, I missed everything you just said there, mate.
Okay, because you were burping and you were not even listening. Which verse
Sorry.
of the Quran Muhammad went against of? Because Quran actually says you can marry and you can divorce any girl, even the ones who does not have menstruated, who has not menstruated. Please answer.
So, all right, I would answer this, right? So, this is what I'm going to say to you. Do you know the Prophet's first wife, Khadijah?
Yes, I know.
All right, how old was she?
25.
Okay, why would he marry a 25-year-old?
Because he was also 25.
Because she was rich.
All right,
And he
she was rich.
and,
All right, so he had 12 wives. Out of how many of them 12 wives were 9 years old?
Aisha was 9 years old and Khatija was 25 years of age. And
No, out of the 12 that you mentioned, you said the Prophet had 12 wives, yeah?
All he needed was one.
I never
No,
said that.
I
You
never
said
asked-
that.
No, you said he had 12 wives.
No, I did not say that.
Oh,
Recorded,
it's
it's recorded
recorded.
line. You said that.
It is recorded.
So I
How many-
said,
how
you
many
said
wives did
how
the
old
Prophet
is
have?
Khatija? Hold on.
No,
How-
before. No, I was
you
referencing
said-
you before, Adam. I
you
was
said-
referencing you before, Adam. I was referencing you before.
Okay,
Yes?
so according to different hadiths, he had either 11 or 13
No.
after Khatija. Please
No
carry on.
problem. No problem. So, how many of them 12 or 13 wives were 9 years old?
Aisha was
One of them.
Right. So you said Aisha.
That's all
so
you
how
need
many-
is one to be a
That's fine.
pedophile.
That's fine. So, how many is it? One. One. You said, yeah.
okay. Yeah. So
I'm not asking you. I said one, Adam. Is that right or wrong?
oh yeah. Absolutely.
So you're agreeing with me. It's only 1 out of 12 that is 9 years old. Yeah.
That's what we know. Yes.
Okay. That's what you know. Okay.
So one is if you do pedophile with one
No,
doesn't
I-
matter.
no,
Pedophilia
no.
with one is okay.
No, that's not what I'm justifying.
Okay, please carry on.
We're trying to understand the character of the Prophet Muhammad. The
Yeah, we are
paedophile-
understanding the character of the prophet.
Alright,
The character of the prophet is that he can
Alright.
marry one female 9 years old
Uh,
and it's okay, but the rest
Okay.
are not. That's the
let's
problem.
understand.
Please,
No choice.
guys,
Can I,
understand that.
can I
So-
say something? Can I say something very little?
Yes,
haven't-
yes,
I
Your
haven't-
Honor, please.
A killer is called a killer if he kills one person.
Again,
I beg your favor, let me continue.
guys, you're
I
jumping
beg
the
your
gun.
favor, I beg your favor.
You're jumping the gun. I'm not saying because he married once that means that. That's not what I'm saying. So just
Okay.
calm down. Let me get to my point. So we've established that the Prophet, according to Adam, had 12 or 13 wives, and out of them 12 or 13, one was 9 years old. Okay, so if there's another source here that says that that's not the case, that she
Show me
wasn't
from
9 years-
Kitab al-Sitta.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish. So
Show
if-
me the source.
Oh
I'm
my
asking you
God.
from the
I
source from the
show-
last 30 minutes.
the-
Can you
the-
show me the source?
the source you're saying to me, you're not
What
willing-
happened?
Yeah, the source you're saying you're not willing to accept.
Show
You're
me
saying
the
that- that
source.
is- Okay.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Now, so he cannot show you the source. Number one. Number two, he initially said recorded line.
There's the
That
source.
how can Muhammad
There's
go
the there's
against?
the
How
there's the
can
source.
Muhammad go?
So there's the
I'm showing the
source. So
source.
I've given you the source. I've
Give
given you
me
the source.
the link, you silly, so that I could show it on the screen. Give me the link
Oh,
so
you
that
want
I
the
could show in the screen. Give me the
okay.
link of the source so that I could show in the screen. Now he said
It
recorded
doesn't.
line. How can Muhammad go against Quran? We are showing that according to Quran, you can marry any age of the girl. Mr. No choice. Which tafsir do you want me to go for this Quranic verse?
Wait, one sec. So I'm giving you the source right now,
Do
so you
not
can see
give
the
me
link.
give me the link so that I could show on the screen. Do you not understand? How can
Yeah,
I
so
show the
the
text?
guys,
Give
if you
me
read
the
that,
link.
if you read what I put there,
Give
then you
me the link so that everyone in the YouTube
so
and
if you read
Facebook could
that, you
read
can
it.
clearly see all that there.
Can
You
you
can clearly see
give
that's
me
the
the
link there.
link of the source so I could show on the screen?
So as you can see there on that link that I
Can
sent,
you show me the link? There is no link there yet. Can you give me the link? The link is https or http://something.com or .org or .something/something so that I could show on the screen.
oh, I see. Well,
He's
I haven't
he's
got that.
giving us an article.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need an article. I need the source, just like sunnah.com or some authentic
No,
website.
I don't go
Source.
to.
Give me the source or the book that I can download and show on
What?
screen.
Why are you shouting, my friend? What's wrong with
Give
you?
me the source. Don't waste time. There are so many people who are watching and their time is being wasted.
No, no
So
one's
Quran
no,
65:4,
right.
you
So
said, how can Allah Messenger go against Quran? Can you give me any verse of the Quran which says you cannot marry a prepubescent girl? Please give me the Quranic verse.
right, okay. So you want me to give you a verse in the Quran?
No,
Right.
because you said it. You said it on recorded line. How can Allah Messenger go against Quran? Because you said it. Hence, you have to provide
Yeah,
me with the
because you
verse.
showed. Yeah, because you were trying to show everyone that video of Muhammad Hijab out of context. You didn't show that whole video. If you want to
Dude,
show
that
Muhammad
is the whole video. Now
no,
give me the
that's not
verse
the
of
whole video.
Quran.
That's not the whole video. If you
So
want to
give
show,
me the verse of Quran
What, let me-
which says that you cannot marry any woman who has not yet reached the age of puberty. Can you please show me?
I never. No, that's in the Hadith that
So,
you saw.
okay. Can you give me the hadith
You
that
read it
you
yourself.
cannot marry
You read it
and
yourself.
yet you cannot
You read it
marry?
yourself. You read
Can
it
you
yourself.
give me? Can
You read
you
it yourself.
listen first? The question. Okay, the question is,
See?
can you show me
It's
a
not nice, is it?
hadith?
It's not
Can
nice,
you-
is it?
Are you going to listen to the question or you're going to tap dance? Because you're
But
tap
that's what
dancing
you're
now.
doing. That's
So
what
now
you're doing to
listen,
me. I just
listen,
want you to know
listen.
how it feels. I just want you
Listen.
to know how
So
it feels.
everyone listen to this. He does not have a Quranic verse which shows that you cannot marry anybody unless she has reached the age of puberty. He cannot show that. Point number one. Now, point number two. I asked him a question. Can you show me any hadith which shows from the Kitabus Sitta that you cannot marry a girl unless she has reached the age of puberty?
So what's
No choice.
65.4 talking about then?
Okay, 65:4. Please read.
Yeah, what's it talking about?
Read it.
And those who is this 65.4? Yeah, and those who no longer expect menstruation among your women, if you doubt, then their periods is 3 months, and also for those who have not menstruated, and for those who are pregnant in their term until they've given birth, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him. So, what does this mean to you then? Just so I understand. Just so I know what it means to me, but I want to know what does this
Okay,
mean
what
to you?
does it means to you? Can you
No,
please
I
tell me?
asked. No, I asked you
No,
what
no,
it meant to you.
you tell
first.
me
It
because then
means
I
to
will show you.
me.
Yeah,
It
go on,
means I can tell you what it means to me.
Ed. Yeah.
A girl that is not yet menstruated can be a newborn all the way up to menstruation.
Okay, and those who no longer expect menstruation among your women, if you doubt when their period is 3 months, and also for those who have not menstruated, and for those who are pregnant, their term is until they give birth, and whoever fears Allah, He will make. So why is it asking for those who fear Allah? What do you think that means?
Read it.
The-
Asbabul Nazul. Read the highlighted part.
So who is this? Sorry.
Is this 65:4?
Sorry. What is
Asbabul Nazul?
what?
He wanted to include he wanted to include those who fear Allah as well.
Yeah, does
but-
not matter. Now read it. Read.
Yeah, but
read.
No,
Read Asbabul Nuzul, read the highlighted part.
No, I'm going to read that verse first in the Quran. When it says those
Why-
who fear Allah, what is it talking about there?
Yeah,
Adam?
why
Adam,
were
what
what
is it
is this
talking
verse
about?
talking about? What is this verse talking about?
No,
The woman who has not yet reached the age of puberty,
no, but
and
when
Muslimin has married them and they have divorced them, their idda is how long? 3 months. Asbabul Nuzul says that some women came to Messenger of Allah, rather Ibn Abbas, and they came to Messenger of Allah saying,
no,
Messenger
I'm
of Allah,
asking
when
you,
say the
Adam.
verse,
I'm asking you a question in regards to the verse that you put out. Why
listen
does
now.
it say that? Why does it say
Listen.
those who fear Allah? Why
I
does
don't
it say
care.
that?
You go to the tafsir. I'm showing you the tafsir now. Listen.
No,
So
you
they
tell me.
go and they say, what about those women who hasn't reached age of puberty because they are so young? And they said, oh, for them the idda is still 3 months. This
No,
is
that's not.
Tafsirul
That's not.
Jalalain.
No,
This
that's
is
not what the 3
Tafsirul
months is talking
Jalalain
about.
now. This is Tafsirul Jalalain, who has not yet menstruated because of their young age.
Correct. And
Their
I'll show.
period
I'll
should
show
be
that.
three
Here it is
months.
here, guys, in
Now,
the link. Here it is
here,
here. When it's
here
talking
we
about the
have
3 months, here it
Tafsir.
is. Here it
Here
is
we
in the
have
link.
Tafsir Ibn Abbas, which says, do not have menstruated because they are
Guys,
too
the verse
young.
commanded Muslim women to observe
Why are
a
you
waiting
speaking over
period.
me? Why are you speaking over me?
Because
Why
you're
are you speaking over me?
because you're saying it
Why are you
incorrectly.
speaking over me? Can you stop and read what your scholars are saying and what your Quran is saying?
I'm reading the tafsir behind what I just said. And
Okay,
it says,
now
it
show
says
me
here,
the link
it
of
says
your
here,
tafsir.
right.
Give me the link of your tafsir.
One
Which tafsir
second.
you are reading?
Okay, one sec. Yeah, it says the verse commanded.
Which tafsir you are
Muslim
reading? Can you
observing a
give me
waiting
the
period,
link?
which they wait there. Which
Can
they
you give
must
me the
observe.
link?
Wait there. Why are you talking over me? Why are
Can
you
you
talking
give
over
me
me?
the link so that everyone could read with you?
You want to read over me, yeah?
Can you give me the link so that everyone who's watching can read with you?
Okay, no problem. One
Give
second.
me the link.
I'll give it to you in Arabic, yeah, like you did
Give
with
me
me.
the link. See now how
You're
easy
funny,
it is,
mate.
how
You are
spirited
funny.
this guy is.
You are funny.
We have
You're
2 more
funny,
people.
man.
Now he's not even giving me the link. Imagine that. I'm asking to give me the
There you
link
go.
so
There
that
you go.
I could read
There you
and
go.
I could show.
Okay, I'm
No,
giving you the link. I'm giving you the link.
why you are laughing actually? The thing is like if I
I'm
have
laughing.
no,
Here you
no,
go. Here's
no,
the link.
no, you have to listen to
Oh,
me first,
wait,
please.
sorry, where's the
I'm a
link? Wait there.
mother. I'm a mother. If anybody else, like 53 years old men,
Sorry,
come
one
and
sec.
have sex with my
I'm
daughter,
just
no,
getting you the
you
link.
keep
I'm just
quiet,
getting you the
please.
link. One there, one sec.
Keep quiet,
Okay,
please.
Wait, sorry, I'm just
You
getting you the
haven't
link.
given
Wait
the
there.
link.
Hold
Here
on,
it is.
Uzma. Hold on.
There you go.
Give
Here
me
you
the
go.
link.
Here it is.
Okay.
Here it is. Here it is. Here
Okay,
it
now
is.
hold
Here
on,
it is. Here
guys.
it
Check
is.
this
Here
out.
it is. Here it is. Here it
That's
is.
very disrespectful of
Here it
you.
is. This is what Adam's doing to me, my friend. I don't know
No,
you very
you
well.
are doing it. You're not listening.
Because he's been doing it for me for the whole
No,
time.
because you haven't provided any link.
I have. It's there in the thing.
No, you didn't. You did not.
It's here. Look in the chat.
Can't you see that on the verse? But the
look,
brother
above.
Adam showed
Look.
you.
Look, it's right here. Adam doesn't want to
So
show
you want
it.
to go to what? Tafsir Ibn Kathir? There we go.
Yes.
Let's go to Tafsir Ibn Kathir.
Yes, I do.
Because
No,
of their
I want to
young...
go to the. I want to go to the one I sent
Ibn
you.
Kathir says, the same for the young who have not yet reached the years of maturation.
No,
Tafsir Ibn Kathir, Quran 65:4.
Listen.
What do you want me to do more?
Right.
Why saying you're not saying no? You're not a
Because he's not-
woman. You have to know that when the
Excuse
girls
me.
don't have a
Excuse me.
menstruation,
Excuse me.
there's the
I have-
age.
I have-
When the
I don't
women the girl don't have a menstruation, there is a
Uzma.
certain age. The girls don't have a menstruation, and
Uzma.
Muhammad actually been asked to marry them as well.
Osma, no disrespect, but you're not the only woman in the world. I have a mother, I have a sister.
No,
I have
doesn't
two
matter.
daughters.
Who cares?
It does.
Who cares?
Who cares
No,
about you
who
and your
cares?
story
Because
then?
maybe
Who cares about
you
you
know
and your story?
guys think
Who
of
cares?
You're
women
not a
like
woman.
a toy.
I
You
might have a woman, but I
guys,
have two
Muslim,
daughters.
think women as a toy. You
No, I
have
have-
no respect for
As
women.
I said to you,
You have no respect for women. That's
I
why
have-
you talk over women.
no,
You have
absolutely
not been trained well by
Absolutely
your own
not.
mother as well.
Absolutely not. I have a mother.
So now
that's
imagine Ibn
absolutely
Kathir
yes.
is saying,
I have
Uzma,
a
Ibn
mother.
Kathir is
This is
also
the-
saying,
This is
No,
very
he's not.
clear.
Ibn Kathir is saying
No.
it's young age. I'm already showing. He said Ibn
No,
Kathir.
he's
I went
not.
to Ibn
Not
Kathir.
with this
Is
one.
this not
That's
Ibn
what I'm saying,
Kathir?
brother Adam.
That's
It's
not the
really,
link I
really
sent
clear
you.
here.
That's not
If
the
the
link I
Kathir
sent
is showing,
you.
in
That's
the
not the link
Quran
I
is
sent you.
saying,
That's not the link I sent you, Adam.
Let's just block,
Okay.
you know, like just kick him out actually, because he's not just
No,
he's disrespecting. He doesn't have anything to prove.
Oh, I do.
No, you
Okay,
don't.
Now imagine
do.
I've shown you the Ibn Kathir. I've
No,
shown you
that
the
is
Ibn Kathir.
not the link I sent
I have
you.
shown you the Ibn Kathir. Now look, his Ibn Kathir, what he says. There you go.
That is not
Now
the
it
link
is
I
his Ibn
sent
Kathir.
you.
Okay,
is
this is
not
Ibn
the
Kathir.
li-
Now
Right,
this is
thank
your
you.
Ibn Kathir.
Right.
What should I go? Where should I
Right.
go?
Right. Okay. So go to what you were asking for.
I don't know.
Keep
Go.
going.
Tell me.
Right. So you didn't want to go to the link I sent you. Right. One sec. I'll find
This
it
is
again.
your
for you.
stupid link that you sent me. I don't care. This is your stupid link. Where
Hey,
should I go?
Adam, look at it. It says chapter 6. It's verse 60. It's verse 65 forward, not chapter 6, verse 54.
No,
that has
but-
nothing to do.
65.4. I don't know why he is actually going there. Okay, thank you. So let's
I
go
have
to
no clue either.
65.4. So let's go to YOUNG, young. So where one divorces
right.
young
No.
wife who has
So
not
wait there.
begun the menses.
No.
Guys, can you please read? Can you
Right,
please
I'll
read,
read it.
everyone?
All right. Can I read it from the
Where
beginning,
one
please?
divorced a young wife who has
Can I
not
read from the
yet
beginning, please?
reached
Right.
the age
Yeah.
of menstruation.
Right. So let's read from the beginning. So if you go up
Okay,
a
let's
little
read.
bit, please, Adam. Adam, up a little bit. Up,
Yeah,
up,
the
up,
age will change now from the very beginning. The age will
let's
change.
read.
Stop. Right. So this
Stop.
is talking. No, Dan. So this is talking about divorce from the iddah, right? So
Yes.
which right? Which is that what you want to talk about? Divorce.
Oh yeah, read.
Okay.
Read whatever you want to show.
So the iddah is made up of cleanliness and the menstrual period. So he divorces her while it is clear that she's. So this is talking about certain periods where you divorce and don't divorce. So what is it? Your
Read.
Like divorce that confirms the sunnah the husband pronounces his wife, so she's not having a menses by having sexual intercourse with him.
Why are you just reading in mumbling? Everyone is listening. Read it out loud.
No, the reason I'm doing that is because none of this is relevant to what we're talking about. So wait there.
Read it out loud and everyone will know. Read it
Had
out loud.
sexual intercourse with her and divorces her, even though he does not know
not
if she
relevant.
has become pregnant or not. Right, this is a third type of divorce, okay, which is neither a sunnah nor an innovation, where one divorces a young wife who has not begun her menses. The wife who is beyond the age of having menses and divorcing one's wife before the marriage is consummated, Allah said. So go on. Meaning counts for it and know its beginning and end, so that the iddah does not become prolonged for the woman and she cannot get married again.
Unless 3 months has passed. So
Okay.
iddah is passed. Iddah is 3 months. So you can divorce a woman who has not yet reached the age of puberty, and she has to wait for 3 months before she could be legally married with another person. Now, where are you showing me that Ibn Kathir is rejecting you?
Okay, so the reason I'm showing you Ibn Kathir is rejecting you is because the hadith you showed me in the beginning, you said that the Prophet engaged Aisha at the age of 6, but didn't consummate the marriage to the age of 9. Why was that?
Why was that?
Yeah, I'm asking you, why was that?
Why he
explained
has
it
to
before.
marry
According
6
to
years old girl
hadiths-
anyway?
Okay, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
stop.
According
Yeah.
to hadiths, she got ill and Muhammad did not consummate the marriage.
hadith.
And
Show me the hadith. Show me
Okay.
the hadith.
I can show you the hadith for
Yeah,
that. But
Show me
now,
the hadith.
according to you,
Show me
why
the
did
hadith.
he?
Show
I
me the
will show
hadith.
you.
Show me the hadith. I'm doing what you
I
do.
will
Adam.
show you the hadith.
Yeah, this is what you do.
Now,
show me the
in the
hadith.
meantime, show me the hadith.
Oh,
Why do
he's
you say
acting like
otherwise?
you. He's not there to learn
Yeah.
or
He
to
doesn't
show
know
something.
me.
He's just
He doesn't
acting
know
like
me.
you, brother Adam.
He-
he's just like
he
you, he's
doesn't know
stubborn.
me.
Right, exactly.
So let's
not
you
do that,
answer
yeah?
this in the meantime while
No,
I'm
no.
going to search that?
You can't hide from the truth. Like, it's truth is there,
Okay,
and we can
okay.
see.
So Uzma, I don't know you personally, and I'm sorry that I came.
I don't
across
want
that.
to know you personally.
I
Okay.
accept that. No
The thing is
problem.
that
No,
brother Adam is showing everything, and you are just denial. You're
no
completely
problem.
denial. Maybe it's
No-
shock for you.
No problem, Uzma. So the reason I was speaking like that and acting like that, because the whole time I was trying to.
There is
explain,
no
that's what-
reason for you. It's a
that's-
clear message. There is
You're
no
not-
reason.
you're not
The
Adam's-
first thing, the
you're not
question
Adam's-
is
you're not
why
Adam's sister, are you?
Muhammad has to marry 6 years old girl anyway? Because he had a wife. He had plenty wives before. There is no holiness or
Okay.
work of Islam or Allah.
You're
So he
right.
had to marry 6 years old. He's
You're
the
right.
only one. He
Okay.
has to marry 6 years old girl.
Okay. If he's-
Why he didn't adopt her as a daughter?
Okay.
Why he always thought about the sex with the girl, little girl,
Okay.
baby? She was
Okay.
playing with the dolls.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, so now let's look at
He
the
was
facts.
53 years old,
so-
and that's 6 years old child.
So let's look at the facts. So she was 9 years old. when he married her. Yeah. So
When he married her,
No.
6 years old first.
6 years
6
old.
years old.
Sorry,
He did nikah.
sorry. At the time
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
Usma,
according to his
now,
her,
Usma,
his
if you wanna-
character, he must
so-
have touched her in an appropriate way as well during that
Usma,
time,
so
before 6
Usma,
to 9.
So Usma, if you want an answer, you have to listen, right? So at the age of 9, he consummated the marriage. So the age of 9 to us today is extremely young. So we have to look at examples. The age that the people are allowed to marry, I'm from the UK, by the way. So here in the UK, 200 years ago, you could marry at the age of 10, 9. Do you accept
Read
that
this,
or not?
read this, read
No,
this.
no, I'm speaking to
I
Usma.
don't care
We are
about,
talking
I don't
about
care
your
about, I don't
Prophet
care about,
Muhammad.
I don't
Prove
care
it.
about anything right now.
Prove it. I'll
So
prove it to you right
We
now.
are talking about your
I
Prophet
prove it. Listen,
Muhammad.
right now.
Usma, hold on. Usma, hold on.
Right
Now
I'm
I have
proving
the
it to you.
hadith. So then Aisha got ill and her hair fell down. Later on, my hair grew, and my mother Raham came to me while I was playing in the swings with some of my girlfriends. She called me. I went to her, not knowing what she wanted to do. What she wanted to do with me. What she wanted to do with me. She caught me by my hands, made me stand in the door. I was breathless, and when my breathing
Sorry,
came,
I'm
all right,
looking up
she
something. I'm not
took the
watching at the
water
moment.
and
I'll
rubbed.
have to look at it in a
Read
sec.
in front of me. Don't look at something else. She became ill. Her hair fell down. She was at the age of 6. She went to Medina and went ill. Muhammad, that's why
What,
did
for
not
3
marry
years?
her unless.
What, she was ill for 3 years?
Yes, read it. You silly. Read it. Read your
Right.
hadith.
I'll read it and see if it says
Read
3
your
years.
hadith.
I'll read it. Let's see if it says
Read
for
your
3 years.
hadith, you
I'll read it and let's see
silly
if it's 3 years.
demonic
Right,
person.
let's
You
see if
are
it's-
telling me
Right, I'm
that
gonna
you
read where it
don't know
says-
basics, A, B, C, D.
Let's read
Now,
it. Let's read
why
it. She was
did
ill for 3 years.
Muhammad
When we went to
fucked
Medina,
her
stayed
at
home.
the age of 9? Answer me.
Right, so she was ill for 3 years. I'm just trying to look for
So
that bit
why did Muhammad after her at the age of 9?
Let's-
He was 53. She was equal to the daughter age, rather smaller than his daughter's age
Okay.
at that time.
Okay.
Why did Muhammad do
All right,
that?
I'll explain to you. Why. I'll explain why.
Explain right now.
So first of all, nowhere here does it say she was ill for 3 years.
She was ill. Did she? This does not say she was ill.
Then
No,
I
it says
got
she was
ill and my hair fell down. What does it mean?
Right.
She
No,
was
it
ill.
means something else.
So listen, if you say that you're going to meet me at a certain time and say, look, I'm ill today, and I meet you 3 years later,
So
are you going
her
to say
hair
because I was ill?
fell
No,
down. She
that's-
was ill. All
Okay.
of her hairs fell down.
Okay.
Okay, so now your time. You tell me, why did Muhammad marry her at the age of 9? Now it's
Okay,
your
I
time.
will do, but I have to clear
Give
up.
me the hadith.
No, I will do. But
I
have
gave
to-
you the hadith. Now give me
I
the
will-
hadith
I-
why
I-
Muhammad married. Now Muhammad had sex with her at the age of 9. Hurry up. Give me the hadith.
No, I won't hurry up. I'll do it in my time.
No choice.
And what-
If you do not give me the hadith, now I'm getting tired of you. Give me
if
the
you
hadith
get-
or
if
I'll
you get-
throw
if
you
you get-
off.
Well, no. First of all, I'm going to answer a few. of
Why
your
did
points.
Muhammad married
First
her
of all,
according to you when she was 9?
I'll
Give me the
answer,
hadith.
I'll answer you within the hadith that you provided.
Give me the
So-
hadith.
So first of all, you said that the Prophet Muhammad.
Give
the-
me the hadith. I'm
the
getting
hadith-
tired.
The hadith is the one that you have in front of you right now.
Okay, so the one that is in front of me
Right.
says.
So let me finish.
What the
No,
hadith
not
that
that one.
says
No,
in front
no,
of me
the one before
says,
that. The one
it
before that.
says,
The one before
I
that.
used to
The
play
one
I was
before that.
playing with the
The one before that.
dolls
The one
and the
before that.
Prophet
The one before
married.
that. Pointless.
Now shut up. Listen, you stupid. Prophet with my girlfriend came and used to play with me. When Allah Messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. Playing with the dolls and similar images are forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. Fathul Bari, page number 143, volume 13, Sahih al-Bukhari 6130. Now you speak. There you go. Mic is yours.
Okay, let's see if you can be quiet for 2 minutes. Right, so first and foremost, you said that the reason the Prophet did not marry Aisha at the age of 9 instead of 6 is because she was ill. In the hadith you provided, nowhere does it say she was ill for 3 years. First and foremost, so that's debunked. That was a lie. She was ill, but she wasn't ill for 3 years. Now let's go to the second point. The second point is this. For us to establish that the Prophet Muhammad was doing something wrong at the time when he married a 9-year-old child at that time, 1,500-600 years ago, we have to look at what was going on around the world at that time. Was it just the Prophet Muhammad that married a 9-year-old girl, or was this something that was happening throughout history? Was people throughout history marrying 6-year-old girls, 7-year-old girls, 8-year-old girls, 9-year-old girls, 10-year-old girls? For example, that today today in Massachusetts, in America, the age of marriage, the age of consent is 12 years old. Here in the UK, where I am, if you marry a 12-year-old, you're going to go to prison for rape. Right. So are we now? Are we?
Everyone who was doing before Muhammad,
let me finish.
are all pedophile.
Let me
they
finish.
were all pedophile bastard, and Muhammad was the same, just like his own people of the Quraysh. Okay, now finish.
Let him finish, because then I have something to say to him as well.
Thank you. So let me finish. So am I right here today to say that the people of Massachusetts in here, 2021, you're talking about 1600 years ago, 2021, am I allowed to say that people in Massachusetts that marry at the age of 12 are rapists? Or am I having to say that I'm here in the UK, they're here in the US, and that's how they live? That is
you can just say that they're not a prophet of God.
You're American, Ed. You're American, Ed. So do you not follow the Constitution?
If I may say something.
I do follow the Constitution, but you're not going to have a 12-year-old in Massachusetts, buddy. Try again.
I would like to say one thing.
Sorry.
Let me give mic to Amina now. Let her say something. Now
everybody mute your mic, please.
Let's Amina say something.
Amina, sorry, just before I let you speak, just 1 second. I haven't really had the chance to speak because Adam and Uzma have really just sort of give me a migraine.
Oh yes,
people now. But what I will say is this. So with regards to the age at the time of the Prophet Muhammad, if, for example, what you're saying is true, he was a paedophile, he was doing something that was so wrong, his enemies at the time, why did they not say anything? Why did they not mock the Prophet for doing such a thing? The people of the time of the Prophet hated the Prophet more than you.
How do you know they did?
That's the thing. Everyone quiet. Everyone quiet. Uzma, hold on. Everyone quiet right now. Okay, now.
Thank you.
So now here is the thing. If anyone would have said anything to Muhammad, we have histories after history. Whoever said anything to Muhammad, he killed them or he got them killed. Shut up now.
No, Adam,
I allowed you to speak.
Adam, I would like to say something. Thank you. And I will not say much. I will say little. You know how much I say, but when I say, I get to the point. One thing I find very, very interesting is that you were very fast to say that Adam is wrong because he couldn't give you the exact year number, or that maybe she was sick for 3 years, 2 years, 10 seconds, 10 minutes. You were very much focused on that point. One point. Secondly, I always heard when I was a Muslim that Islam is perfect, Allah is perfect, Muhammad was perfect. He was a perfect role model for the Muslim society, Muslim people. Okay. And then you say, and then I find very interesting that Adam is showing you the verses from the Quran in front of you, and you are literally denying. It's a very good, example, because even the Surah Al-Nisa verse 34, the wife-beating verse, is also very much denied by the people, even though it's in front of the people. It's a very, a natural thing for the Muslims to do so. It's no news flash for me. And then you say, well, you come with so many excuses about the hadith, no, it doesn't say like that. It happened many years ago, things happen in UK, things happen in Massachusetts, or some other place on the planet, these things also happen here and there, it was not only Muhammad, the biggest flaw is, please, I gave you the space.
You're right. Sorry, Amina, you're right.
Thank you. But the thing is, Islam is supposed to be the best example out there for every human being, flawless, regardless. Quran came down to be for all humanity, for all the people. That is exactly what the Quran says. Quran also is supposed to be for not to be changed. So Quran is a book from 1400 years, as far as I understand, and it's not to be changed at any cost. Allah doesn't say you are permitted to change, create new fatwas, or anything like that. Then people talk about and then you want to compare Islam with others, like, oh, well, look at the people doing the same thing. I mean, this is, in a way, you are defending Islam in a way where you say, well, yes, we do it, but look at the others, they do it as well. You are supposed to be, as a Muslim, as a moment, a better example than the others out there. If somebody's behaving in a wrong way, you, as a perfect Muslim, perfect being out there, you should show the example. We are not like them. Not at all. There you mistake. What happens with Mormons and Muslims, you start to compare your religion, Islam, with Christianity, or oh, well, they do as well. Their Bible says that, their Shiva book says that, or their Durgaji's books. I mean, really? Is that the best you can do? You actually are showing, by saying these things, that there is something wrong with your religion. I'm sorry.
No,
wait.
Thank you.
And when you talk about that, the point with young marriages and because I heard it as well. I used to say it once as well. The Bibi Aisha, she got married at the age of 6 and they consummated the marriage at the age of 9 and all that. Yeah, well, that was that time. There must be a reason that it happened, But my dear friend, no choice. The problem is that people follow Muhammad's sunnah to pin to point. There is no one out there who has gone out there and said, well, that was at that point. That is not something we have to follow today. Hadith doesn't say that. Hadith doesn't say that what happened, let's say 1200 years ago, don't do it today. It doesn't say like that. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. What Muslim they say is when we follow Hadith, we have to follow the sunnah of Muhammad Rasul Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He used to have, the beard, all these things. He used to wear whatever. We have to do the same thing like he used to do. That's a problem. In my point of view, if I was a Muslim, I would be a better example than being another kind of, a better example than the Christians or Jews or something, because I would not go around and say, your Bible says this, or your Bible says that, or your Jewish book says this. No, I don't think so. That is so cheap. That is the worst thing a woman can do or a Muslim can do to their own religion. Believe me. Okay, and Adam just took a surah out for you in front of you, and he was actually showing you that Allah is saying in the Quran that when you are a divorcee, you have to wait 3 months because you can be pregnant, so one can find out, who the father is. And the second point he was showing you from that verse was about that even down to girls who has not menstruated yet, even they can get, I believe, married or something like that. He showed, I can't remember pin to point the verse. So that is a problem. And what you have to sometime, I know it can be hard, my friend, no choice. I myself was a Muslim. If I may just say 2 words to you, then I will give you time to talk. I myself was a Muslim once, okay? I would not say I loved Muhammad like that, but I can tell you this much. I adored my Allah. I loved him so much that you can't even comprehend how much I loved him. I trusted him blindly in whatever that happened in my life. Okay. But when I saw what was written in the Hadith completely and utterly, I realized how nasty Hadith is towards Muhammad. That was my first step. Second thing is because Hadith is full of blasphemy towards Muhammad. Let me tell you this much. If you have some logic and rationality in yourself, some compassion, some love for Muhammad, you will realize that book is full of BS, with all due respect. Secondly, I opened the book of Quran, a book of Allah, that is called the Quran Sharif. When I opened the Quran Sharif, already in Surah Al-Fatiha, there is a big problem. You don't even have to go far, but you have to finish the book to understand what the flow is. But there are so many mistakes in the Quran. One has to be a real rational person to be able to understand. OMG, I read the Quran so many times to be sure that what I was reading was like, oh, am I? And I was not reading Quran because I wanted to get out of the Islam. I was reading Quran to be able to protect my Islam, to defend my Islam in front of people. But I ended up realizing how wrong Islam really is. And then today, when I looked at my chapter, at the Quran, chapter 1, Al-Fatiha, and I will do that video with with Adam Seeker one day. Already the first chapter is full of flaws. There are so many flaws in it, it's unbelievable. So there are reasons why people, they are the way they are. I don't know you, probably you don't know me. I have nothing against you as a being. I don't know anything. But I know one thing, that Islam is against people like me, meaning Al-Kafirun. Islam is against people like me. It says kill. And in one of the hadiths, I will, if I can find it right now, but I guarantee you everybody knows that Muhammad says kill those who leaves Islam. 1 point. And one thing I'm known for on my channel is I never lie. Secondly, Allah Ta'ala in Surah Al-Kahf, verse 74 till 82, you can see Allah kills an innocent boy So, and then people say there's freedom of religion in Islam. There are so many things, and Adam just picked one verse. So we are not here because we hate people. Not at all, my friend. The problem is with the religion that hates people like us, who wants people like us dead. So I understand that Adam can be so emotional. I can get him. He gets so angry and he gets upset. So I will not say don't mind it or something, but I hope you will understand his emotions. Because if you just for a second forget that you are a Muslim and you put yourself in our situation, in our shoes, and see things from our glasses, you will understand what we are going through and that how much we are in danger. Can you imagine? Adam can't even show his face. There are so many ex-Muslims. I can't go to a Muslim country. Probably I'm on their, I will not say hit list, but probably on their list that if she enters a Muslim country, kill her. In Malaysia, there is a place, boot camp. If somebody is trying to change their mind from Islam or leave Islam, they have to go through boot camp. You see, that is the problem. That's why people sometimes they get so emotional when it comes to Islam and the anger that they have. And yes, you might feel like, oh, not towards me and all that, but believe me, you have not opened the Quran Sharif maybe properly. You have no idea how much the insult is toward people like us. Al-Kafirun. In Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 51, Allah says, do not be friends with Jews, they are allies of one another. If you are friends with them, you will be like them in front of Allah. He will not accept you anymore.
So just a quick question, Amina, these verses that you're quoting, do you believe that you're quoting them in context? Because just a few of the verses that you've said and how you've tried to interpret them, I already have read the tafsir behind them, and I know what you're saying is incorrect. But firstly, because you've mentioned so many points.
Then I would like to say one thing before we go further. Yeah. Then before we got, because many moments Muslims, they talk about tafsir, my friend, tafsir. Yeah. And what is, if you notice tafsir, is it tafsir made of Allah? Did Allah write those tafsir?
No, Allah didn't write the tafsir.
No. You answer me. Who has written those tafsir?
People of knowledge.
Okay. Who knows if the tafsir is the truth?
Okay.
Did Allah give permission? Wait, did Allah give permission to write tafsir in Quran?
Did Allah give permission to write tafsir of the Quran?
Yes, because there is a translation, that is something else for other people to understand the Quran. But tafsir is something where you take a verse and you make a meaning out of it. Do we agree upon that?
Yes, we do.
Good. Does Allah give you permission to do that?
It is. I'll have to give you the hadith, but it does say that Allah has entrusted Sahaba.
We are not going to the hadith. I'm talking about Allah Ta'ala's book. Does Allah command it in the Quran?
So that's what I was trying to say to you. So Allah does give permission of the trusted Sahaba to
Okay. Open the verse. Open the Surah Al-Imran, verse 7, where Allah is saying that only I know the interpretation of the Quran.
No, I did. I read that earlier. I did read that earlier.
No. How come you are how come you are accepting an interpretation of a Quran where Allah already knows the interpretation of the Quran?
But
Surah Al-Imran, verse 7 says that.
Just what you said there about Surah Al-Imran, verse 7.
Yes.
When it says only Allah understands those interpretations, if you read what it says before that, it says that. Yeah, it says that certain people take certain verses and try to make them how they want to sound.
No.
Yeah. Show me the verses. Yeah,
okay.
Please.
Let me read it. Wait.
Yeah.
Let me read it for you, because it can be thrown right and left. So let's do it together. All right?
Yeah.
I'll open it for you unless Adam is fast. Beautiful.
It's right on screen.
Thank you, darling. Then it says Surah Al-Imran, verse 7.
Okay, so
now keep in mind, wait. I'm very strict when it comes to this. I do not read the brackets.
I won't read the brackets.
I won't
read the brackets, sister. So It says here, it is he who has sent down to you the book. In it are verses, precise. They are the foundation of the book, and others unspecific. As for those in whose hearts is deviation, they will follow. Right, listen. So let's read that again.
Yeah.
And others unspecific. As for those whose whose hearts is deviation, they
Yes.
will follow that of which is unpacific,
Mhm.
seeking discord and seeking interpretation, and no one knows its interpretation except Allah.
Yes.
Okay.
So wait. Now break here. And now you got it. Now, if you look very carefully, first of all, now very carefully, now you want the answer. I'll give it to you. Now it says that that it is He who has sent down to you the book. In it are verses precise. They are the foundation of the book, and others unspecific. Full stop. Got it.
Yeah.
Then it says, as for those in whose hearts is deviation, they will follow that of which is unspecific. Seeking discord and seeking, here it is, and seeking an interpretation, meaning somebody else doing the interpretation. There you have it. They will look for the interpretation. And then it says, and no one knows its interpretation except Allah.
Yeah, but for
me, I mean, look up again. Listen, now you are using your own words. Listen, that's what I was trying to say. They will follow that of it which is unspecific, seeking discord and seeking an interpretation, that people will be looking for an interpretation. But then Allah says, and no one knows its interpretation except Allah.
Okay, so
who has given them the right? I'm actually on the Muslim side here. I'm actually trying to protect. I'm saying no one knows its interpretation except Allah.
Okay.
Why are the Muslim people trying to make something which is not there?
Okay, so when it says here, they will follow that which is unpacific. For you, what does that mean?
Listen, if you want to go there, then let me give you something what's on my mind.
No, just so I can understand your mindset. So when it says here, they will follow that of which is unpacific. For you personally, what does that mean?
Then listen, now this is very interesting, because here when you say, when the Quran says in its are verses precise, they are the foundation of the book, and others unspecific. How come Allah says, I think in the Surah 10 verse, I can't remember exactly, but Allah Ta'ala says that He has given a precise in detail.
12:111 and 41:3 and 16:89.
Yeah, can you show it on the screen? Thank you.
Yeah, I have already shown it, but let me give you one for now. I will show you 41:3 for now. 41:3, where it says that this is the Arabic Quran, and I've shown him the tafsir already because he wanted to go into
the tafsir. I mean, forget the tafsir.
Yeah, but
here. A book. It's 41:3. A book whose verses have been detailed, and Arabic Quran for a people who know. So what's the problem?
Arabic.
Then why would Allah say a Quran that is unspecific? He is giving himself a problem.
Okay, so right, so again, I've read the tafsir behind this. So Amina, so
let's say it does says that it says exactly what she's saying.
Okay, so Amina, so if we have a book, right?
Without the tafsir, talk to me
without the tafsir. So if we have a book with verses that have been detailed in Arabic for people who know.
Yes.
So you have to remember how the Quran is being sent down to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, right? So certain verses were sent down in certain situations, okay? So for example, if the people of the Prophet, the Arabs that were listening to the Quran, that spoke Arabic and understood Arabic, still did not understand that this was coming from God, that this beautiful Quran, how it was being recited, how it was being precise, and then this verse comes down. And so this is not talking about everybody. This is talking about a specific people. So it's saying...
Okay, wait. Adam, go to Surah 6, 114 to 115, please.
But you understood that though, I mean, yeah?
No, I didn't. No, because it is not correct. It means Allah made a mistake. We have here Surah 6, verse 114. Then is it other than Allah I should seek as judge, while it is He who has revealed to you the book, explained in detail. And those to whom we gave the scripture know that it is sent down from your Lord in truth. So never be among the doubters. And underneath it says 6, verse 115. Thank you. And the word of your Lord has been fulfilled in truth and in justice. None can alter His words. And He is the hearing, the knowing. Any more?
I agree with that. Well, I have no problem with that. What's the problem?
By the way, this verse actually confirms and affirms that no one can change the kalimat Allah, which means that no one can change the Torah and Injil as well. And then Quran, if contradicts by Torah and Injil, then basically it means that Quran is either lying or Quran is misjustifying himself. So
So
once again, the problem is.
But I would just say very shortly that no choice, my friend. The point is, what I'm trying to say here is, I don't follow tafsir. I just gave you many examples on the screen very easily, very calmly. And if you do
No,
not
you did.
even, yes,
You
and
did,
if you,
Amina.
yes. So, you know, if you don't want to accept it, I still want to say that I respect you. I understand, because it's a difficult journey. I myself even was defending Islam for many years, 4 years, to be honest. I spent 4 years defending this religion until I realized, and believe me, nobody influenced me. But the point is, it is a long journey, and you have to understand this is difficult, but you have to know something that I know Adam Seeker for a while. Yes, he has a little bit, you know, he has his ways of talking, but he has knowledge. He is very clever. He is good in his work. He has done a very good job, and he's coming at least on my channel on Friday. I'm looking forward. Yes, so it's going to be lovely. But
I'm sure you have.
Yes.
And I was going to say, Amina, like for me, I'm sure everyone
Brother
else.
Adam, can you please put on 114, please, in Arabic? I want to check the Arabic 114 up little bit.
Sorry, Amina.
Does it say Quran? It says only Al-Kitab.
It does not say
like
Quran. It says Kitab.
Yeah. So there is no Quran at all. Quran is just oral, like, you know, there is no Quran at all. Why they're in the bracket? It's Kitab book is talking about
it is the same. It is the same.
Torah.
You know, it is the same.
No, there is no Quran. It's no Quran. It's only Kitab. Al-Kitab.
Okay, let's not go into that for now, for the time being. If we are done with that, let's go back to the age of Aisha, because I want to discuss that and finish that point before we go further.
So
now
yeah.
give me the hadith where it says that Aisha had the puberty, and then Muhammad had it. And even like for the sake of argument, let me just tell to everyone, I know for the fact that no Kitabu Sitta actually says that. Not a single hadith in the Kitabu Sitta which says that Aisha was having puberty. Once again, but for the sake of discussion, even if she had it, I'm not saying that it is there, but I'm just saying that let's just say that she was in puberty. She started having menstruation cycles, even if she had started. Once again, the Prophet of Islam, who is the Noor for everyone to follow, who is the light for every Muslim to follow, at the age of 53, married a girl of 9 years of age, which is equal to her granddaughter almost, or at least daughter almost, and had sex with. This is something that Muslimin follow. And we call, at this time of age, we call that pedophile. And even, which No Name actually said, No Choice said, that, oh, back in those days, people were doing that. Okay, they were molesting young girls.
Okay.
Your Muhammad did the same thing at that time. What's the difference between the one that every Muslim has to follow versus those people who were doing the same thing? So if Genghis Khan actually took some woman as slave and had sex with, or some girls, baby girls, and had sex with, do Muslims follow Genghis Khan? No, they do not. But they follow their Prophet Muhammad till eternity. That's what they have to follow. So no matter which example you will bring it to me, it has no context to it. Even when Muhammad went to his cousin's house and saw a crawling baby, if somebody comes to my home and look at my crawling baby girl and say, I would like to marry her when she grow up a little, I would be like, F you, you MF, and I will kick him and punch him out of my house. So basically, if Muhammad at this age would come to my house and look at my crawling baby and say, at the age of 55, come in and say, I'm going to marry that little girl who's crawling, I'm going to punch that Muhammad in his mouth and take his teeth out. That was the ikhlaq of Muhammad. That was Muhammad for you guys, and you follow him.
I just want to say thank you for having me, Adam, and thank you, everybody. We'll talk. I hope to see some of you on my channel tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amna, for joining in. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amna ji. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. You're welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amin. So just to start off with, I'd like to say that I enjoyed Amina's conversation. I think anyone here in this chat can understand if someone respects me, then I'll respect them back. I'll give them the chance. But if someone's just going to do that, then that's how I'm going to be with them. So if you respect me, I'll respect you. If you don't,
because we all keep quiet, that's why
yeah,
she able to talk. You were talking to like on top of us,
yeah,
but we had to stop everybody, including you. That's why she was able to talk to you.
Yeah, that's right, Usman.
You know what I mean? So if you keep quiet, then I talk. I would talk in the same manner. Same with Brother Adam. Same with every brother here.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that they have a problem with the talking. They actually know they're adult. They know exactly how to communicate. But when someone talking over, then of course you automatically your voice raises. But we all we just muted everybody's mic, including your. That's why she was able to talk.
No,
you were not talking
anyway.
over her. That's why.
Yeah.
So the tone, like, of course, like that's a natural thing,
Yeah,
so now you were talking to Brother Adam, so just talk, and yes, there is no context needed with that. By the way, Muhammad Hijab, there is no need for the in which context he he should, like, or 53 years old man has to fuck the girl 5 years old. If someone does that to my daughter, I'm gonna cut his private part straight away. And you will see that hanging on top of, like, everywhere.
Absolutely. So as again, like, so if we look at everything in context, if we try to use, for me to say that what was the social consensus, when we say social consensus, I'd like to just elaborate on this a little. So I'm just going to, just so you understand me a bit better, let's just forget this for a moment, and I'm going to give you a few examples so you can understand, even within the laws that we live in today. So me living in the UK, so 150 years ago, gays marriage was not allowed in the UK because that was the social consensus. Everybody agreed at that time that that's how it should be.
So you allow gays marriage as a Muslim?
Let me finish, Adam.
Do you allow gay marriage as a Muslim?
Adam, I'll finish. I'll answer your question. But come on, let me finish.
So please do not give me a verdict which you do not even allow. So do not give though there. So did Muhammad married a 9 years old? Yes or no?
Adam, come on, let me finish my point, bro.
I don't like these people who run in circles.
I get that, but
give me the verdict.
Give me 2 minutes, and if you don't like it, just be patient with me, because you seem like
give
a patient
me the
brother.
Verdict.
You seem like a patient brother, so please be patient a little bit.
Oh no!
So,
now when somebody gives me a storyline, then I do not like.
I'm not patient with them. I'll only speak facts.
Did Muhammad married a girl at the age of 9?
So you're not going to let me speak.
I do not want you to give the story. So speak. If you are not giving the story, then I'll speak.
I'm not going to give stories. I'm only going to give facts. Okay. So the fact
you see, no choice. When Amnaji was talking.
Yeah.
Listening.
Yeah.
When she was talking.
Yeah.
But now Brother Adam is trying to come.
I was
topic
talking,
is the Aisha. 6 years old and I was Aisha. Please,
Usma, I was talking.
To that,
I was talking, and he interrupted me.
So did he marry?
Don't go LGBTs. There is no topic of the LGBTs at all.
No.
Sorry, there's no topic of LGBTs at all.
No.
So just 6 years and.
No. But what I'm trying to say is I'm giving you the social consensus. You have to understand what social consensus means. If you don't understand, you're saying you're trying to say that I'm saying that because people married at this age that they were molesters and so was Muhammad. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have to understand what the social consensus was at the time.
So social consensus of the time was that you can marry a young girl no matter how old you are, correct?
No, right.
No, what was the social consensus? You said no or yes?
Thank you. So the social consensus at that time. So what we need to look at.
What was it? What did I need to understand that? What was it?
All right.
That you can marry a young girl no matter how old you are. Yes or no?
Okay. No, that's not the case. Let me just.
Okay. What was the case? Give me the case first.
Thank you. Let me just answer that question. So today, a 9-year-old girl.
Forget today. At that time, go back to Muhammad. At that time, please tell me the social consensus of that time.
What I'm trying to say is the social consensus at that time, right? clearly was not. If Aisha was 9 at that time, let's just say for argument's sake, I agree with you. She was 9 years old. Yeah.
No, you don't have to agree with me. You have to agree with Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunan Ibn Dawud, Sunan Ibn Majah, and Sunan Nasai. So you're agreeing with them, not with me.
Right. Okay. I agree. I agree with them. She was 9 years old at the time. So now we have to say that Adam has a serious problem with that, because Adam, in this day and age, is comparing a 9-year-old today to a 9-year-old back in the time of the Prophet. Is that correct, Adam?
No, I am comparing 9 years old of that time, that at that time, 9 years old, Muhammad married, and Muhammad said, my sunnah is to be followed. So in Pakistan, last year, a baba married, a baba, 80 years of age, baba married a 13 years old. So we had television programs running where they said this guy did such a stupidity and all that. And then they went to that baba, the old guy, and they said, Baba, why did you do that? You F and you did and all that thing. And Baba said, I'm following the sunnah. My prophet married at the age of 9 when he was 53. And it is according to the sunnah.
Okay, I understand.
Hold on, let me finish. It is according to the sunnah of Muhammad. Never after there was a single news channel in Pakistan that actually went and said a single word against that Baba.
Do you know what though, Adam? He didn't need to.
So Muhammad allowed this pedophile forever.
Adam, you know what?
Forever.
You know what, Adam? Adam, he didn't need to go all the way back to the Prophet Muhammad. He could have just said, today in Massachusetts, you can marry a 12-year-old girl. He didn't.
And that's a lie. Well, you just lied through your damn teeth, buddy. You just lied. It's the marriage age in Massachusetts is 16, friend.
Okay, now even if Massachusetts age is...
And how does that save you? How does that save you?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Thank you.
How does that save you?
It doesn't save me.
The thing is
that he's doing it, so I can do it. He's doing it.
No,
so a kafir world, a world which is kafir, if they allow a child marriage, you are comparing your Muhammad to be with a kafir world and kafir law?
No, that's
wow,
not what, Adam,
so Muhammad was like a kafir.
Adam, that's not what I'm saying. What I was saying was that.
And show me where it says in the Constitution that we're supposed to follow that crap.
Here you go. It's right there in front of you. So it's in the chat, mate. So
no, Adam, it's not checkmate.
No, I said it's in the chat. Yeah, I've written it to you in the chat.
He said it's in the chat, mate. He said it's in the chat,
mate. It's in the chat.
Oh, it's in the chat. It's in the chat. So what is on the screen is that Muhammad went to his cousin's house and he saw a baby crawling before him. And he said, if she grows up and I'm still alive, I'm going to marry her. That's Muhammad. That's
I'm not going to accept.
Guys.
I'm not going to accept that in the chat.
Oh,
no, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat, baby. It's in the chat. Come on, man. You are going nowhere.
Really?
Adam, you know what?
I swear to God.
Adam,
you know what? A pedophile prophet who was a sex addict. There is like a drug addict and there is a sex addict. And seriously, what are you doing? Why are you following this kind of a prophet? And why are you even trying to defend him? Why are you even trying to defend this kind of a pedophile person, man? Adam, I am amazed, quite frankly.
All right, I'll explain. Right. Adam, do you know what? Right, honestly, I can see some humour in you. You're quite funny, but at the same time, you've got a really monotone voice, and I've got a bit of a migraine. Say that again. Someone just said something.
Do you mind if I ask you a question real quick?
Who
I wanted to ask you a question.
Who am I speaking to?
Kabir. That's me.
Kabir. Okay.
Kabir.
I can't see you because I can't. Yeah, go on, Kabir.
Yeah, Kabir, you talk to me.
Yeah, go on.
So
Kabir.
my question that I wanted to ask you is, so when we look at this narrative, so I'm not sure. It's interesting because I think Islam could be polylythic. There could be multiple interpretations of Islam. I don't know if there's just one.
Sorry, Kabir. Just sorry to interrupt you, Kabir. Was you a Muslim as well? I'm assuming by your name. You an ex-Muslim or?
Well, I
put him in any
play Switzerland.
Yeah, you cannot put him in any box.
You can't.
No, sorry. The only reason I asked was just for the name. That's the only reason I asked. So you don't have
he's
to
a Muslim. He is still a Muslim, but he is still not a Muslim. So you cannot put him in any box. So
Okay.
This will go into like 2-hour-long discussion. So
No
please
worries.
don't put him in any box. You cannot.
Okay.
I could not put him in any box.
No problem. No worries.
Okay.
Go on. Sorry, Kabir. Go on.
Adam and I have had. But my question that I wanted to ask you is: do we see Islam as being like timeless, Or do you, because the defense that you made is that Islam is contextual, like, you know, Adam was talking about asbab al-nuzul, which is this idea that there's this historical context. Is Islam timeless? Because I think some Muslims, I can't generalize any group. Some Muslims believe that Islam is a timeless religion. So everything is timeless. Everything is true. Everything, you know, whatever happened then, because that's what that's the argument that we've been hearing in the chat, that some people who are 53 years old think, ugh, it makes me sick. I can't even say the words. Like, it's so grotesque to me. But the idea that they can assault young ladies, and I think nobody on this panel agrees with that. No, everybody thinks that's sick. I think I could speak for everyone.
Absolutely,
to say that's a sick thing,
no doubt. In this day and age, definitely, I agree with you.
So do you feel that Islam has merit, but it's not timeless?
No,
like it's the values that existed then.
Yeah. You know what could be? I definitely don't think Islam is timeless. I think we do have to adapt with it. Like, for example, I'll give you a really silly example, right? Some Muslims today won't watch TV, for example, because TVs didn't exist I'm talking about really extreme, that only follow the Sunnah, only want to follow the way. Right. Right. So if I watch TV, they'll say, oh, that's bid'ah. If I use air conditioning in my room, oh, that's bid'ah. So clearly not. We don't live 1400 years in the past, which is what I was trying to explain to Adam. That to try and compare today, obviously I understand today, if I have children, so if someone come to my daughter who is that age, but if I lived 1400 years ago, it's a different time, it's a different way of life, and clearly history shows you that. I'm not trying to justify Islam by saying this happened this place or this happened there. I'm trying to say that was how it was. So I don't know, 500 years from today, the age of marriage might be completely different from today. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. So I definitely, yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So now let me answer that for that.
Okay.
So for this particular answer, you need to show me from the Quran or from the Hadith that this is something that is to be done at Muhammad's time and not after it, because Quran and Hadiths are supposedly, according to all the ulama ad-din, are the best examples. Are the best example for mankind to follow. Correct or not correct? Please tell me that. Is it correct or not correct when I say that Quran and Sunnah are the best thing to follow for the Muslimin?
That is the best examples to follow, yeah.
Perfect. So based on the best example to be followed, this is the example that Muhammad laid down. Example number 1, he married more than one wives. He consummated the marriage at the age of 9 with Aisha.
But it also says in the Sunnah to follow the law of the land.
So law of the land.
So if the law of the land is 18 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old, then that's what you follow.
Okay. So law of the land.
Until Islam takes it over.
Exactly.
No,
Thank you, Ed. Thank you.
Until
So
Islam
basically,
takes it over.
Law of the land that you follow is if you are in a foreign land. If you are in a Muslim land, hold on. Let me answer. Let me answer first, and then you can give a full rebuttal.
I was going to say you're from a Muslim country, and the majority. I don't know any of Muslim countries in the whole world that has age of marriage as 9 or 10 or 11.
Ever heard of Saudi Arabia?
You don't. Ever heard of Pakistan? What is the legal marriage age in Pakistan? You can marry at any age. And there is no consensus for that.
France is any age as well. That's not a Muslim country. As I said,
basically,
yeah, it is.
You live in UK.
No, it's not. In America, there's ages 12, 13. I just showed you.
No, it's not. No, it's
yes,
not.
It is. Yes, it is.
No, it's
Massachusetts is 16. There was a guy who lived in Massachusetts that sent the text. The guy who lives in Massachusetts had sent the text. You have some older news or some Muslim channel news.
No, no. I've got it here in front of you. Wikipedia, right? So 12 years old.
Wikipedia? Hey, dude, there's a link on Wikipedia that says Wikipedia is not
all right, I'll show
a reliable source.
Anyway, here it says.
Wikipedia. Nobody uses Wikipedia.
All right, no problem. Ed, prove me if I'm wrong. 12 years old were guaranteed marriage licenses in Alaska, Louisiana, and South Carolina, and 13 years old were allowed to marry in.
You're wrong.
13 years old were allowed to.
No, listen.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Adam, sorry, please. Just I want Ed to prove me wrong on this.
Okay,
right?
no,
So,
I'm going to.
Right, 13 years old.
Listen, no choice.
Alabama, Florida.
You're wrong, buddy. No, you're totally wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Even if
I'm
you
going
are right, guys. Okay, Ed can bring up. But even if you are right, it does not prove that.
No,
So
here we go, right here.
Muhammad was a pedophile, and he
The
did
marriage
exactly what these
age.
people.
Yeah.
This is
In
Massachusetts law. This is
No,
Massachusetts
no,
law
sorry,
site.
I
Buddy,
said
no,
Alaska,
no.
Louisiana,
No, you
South,
said
South Carolina.
Massachusetts.
Oh, sorry,
You said Massachusetts.
I'll hand you Massachusetts.
Okay, now I'm muting No Choice. Ed, can you please give me the
Says,
link and I'll show it
all
on the
right,
screen?
here it
Because
is
I
right
muted him
there.
myself
Mhm.
because he is not letting you talk.
Yep.
So now let me
Here
show
you
it
go.
on the screen first, and then I will unmute him once again so that he could speak with his whatever he wants to speak of. But let's just see what your link is, because he asked you something. But once again, guys, even if there are states in America where the marriage is supposed to be done at an early age, does that proves Muhammad in any way better than these pedophile states? No, it does not. There you go. No Choice. You're unmuted.
Thank you. Sorry. As I was saying, that Massachusetts, sorry, that was my bad. But if you look at the age of marriage in Louisiana, South Carolina, Alabama, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire,
you
New
give
Jersey,
me the
New
links.
Mexico, South
You
Africa.
give me the links. You give me the links
No,
right here,
this-
right now, because I'm gonna blow you out of the water right now.
Sorry, Ed, can I just
You
ask
are
question?
lying.
No
You are
choice.
lying.
No, I'm not
That
lying.
we
Yes,
we
sir.
are
You
we are
are
not
lying.
talking. Sorry,
Okay, this
sorry.
is what Tennessee is. Hold on. This is what Tennessee marriage age is, and it's 17, by the way. So
I've got
anyhow,
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, 18, 18, 18.
it does not
No, that's not
matter.
true.
It does
That
not
is not
matter what
true.
the age is of these states. It does not matter, yaar. It does not matter. Why does it not matter? Understand that Muhammad is forever. So now, no matter what the age of these kafir countries is or kafir state is, Muslims has to follow what Muhammad did. Now that's where the problem lies. I don't care what the state age is, even if it is 18 or 22 or 25 or 100. For me as a Muslim, if I'm a Muslim, for me it does not matter what the legal age is. In America, I know certain people, Muslimin, myself personally, from my own family, who has multiple wives. You know how? You guys think America does not allow polygamy? Yes, it does not. But America does allow that you can live with a girl. So they have nikah in the mosque, and they do not have a legalized marriage, the American legal law marriage.
No, but
So
Adam,
they have. Oh, come on, shut up. Let me talk. Let me finish. So they
Someone
live.
someone mic is
Everyone
noising. Can you
mute.
please start mute
Yeah.
it, please?
Everyone mute.
Not
Everyone mute.
talk.
So basically they live with 2 or 3 wives at the same time in different houses. They enjoy multiple wives. According to America, the law, you cannot do multiple wives. They do not have multiple wives, but they have them by law as girlfriends that they live with. But in reality, they have nikah, akad in the mosques. So they live with all of them. So basically, they even in America, when the law does not allow them to do multiple wives, they still do multiple wives. And that's the reality, because the law does not allow it. Oh, you have to live by the law, but the law doesn't allow it. Oh, my Allah's law allows it. Muhammad is the Sahih Sunnah. You can marry 2 or 3 or 4. Now, do not tell me what the law says. Tell me what the Sunnah says. Tell me what the Quran says. So No Choice, stop running in circles. Tell me what the Sunnah says, what the Quran says, please.
Okay. So from what we spoke about earlier, you said to me that you accepted that the Prophet had, I don't know, 12 wives. I'm only allowed 4, but out of them 12 wives, majority of them were in their 20s, I think you said, yeah?
No,
so
I did not say any age of any other wife. I know the
you
age
said
of
Khadija.
Aisha.
You said the age of Khadija. You said
Khadija was
20.
25. She was the first wife, and for as long as Muhammad had
So why can't I follow that
Let me
sunnah then?
finish.
So
Let
why
me
can't I
finish.
follow
For
that
as
sunnah?
long as Muhammad had Khadija, he did not marry any other woman. Why? Khadija was her master. Muhammad was the servant of Khadija for X number of years. I'm not giving exact number. He was the servant of Khadija for X number of years. And then finally he married her. Now, she had such high power over Muhammad, and she had the money. She did not do any polygamy. After she died, only then he started doing polygamy and
Okay.
having multiple wives. So don't
Okay.
even mention Khadija. Carry
No,
on.
the reason I mentioned that was because of the age. But even after Khadija, you accepted that Aisha was the only one you knew of that was that young. So to follow the Sunnah, why would I follow one rather than the other 11?
Okay, you can follow so much, but do you have a restraint that you cannot marry somebody underage?
For me as a Muslim,
Yeah, you must be a very good guy. You must not marry that. I'm totally fine with that. But do you have a constraint not to marry anybody at the age of 9 and have sex with?
well, yeah, it tells us to follow the land of. I've told you that. It tells you to follow the land of
So
the
do
law.
you have any restriction? I just told you that according to the land, people, Muslimin are already doing multiple marriages in US where they are not allowed to.
Well, then
Now,
they
tell me,
shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be doing that. Like
I
I said,
don't care whether they shouldn't be or should be.
Whoa.
I am only concerned about, can you marry a 9 years of age according to the Sunnah of Muhammad? Yes or no?
No, I can't.
Show me a verse from Quran, or show me from Malik, Imam Hanbal, Imam Shafi, Imam Maliki, in any of their the book of fiqh. Can you show and prove what your statement is from any of these 4 schools of thoughts? And Sunnah and Quran. I'm giving you so many things now.
So
I'm
will
giving
you-
you Quran, I'm
Yeah.
giving you Sunnah, and I'm giving you the fiqh books of all these 4 school of thoughts. Give me the link.
Okay, so I'll give you the just to confirm.
Just
before
give
I
me the
give-
link.
No, we'll do just to confirm what you're asking for. So where it says Muslims must follow the land of the law, I live in
No,
the
you have to give me. Come on. Don't be an idiot right now. Don't be a
No,
fool.
no,
Don't be an
I'm
idiot.
saying-
You are pretty intelligent. You live in UK. You are
Yeah.
very intelligent. Do not tell me like this. Okay.
No, what I'm
Give
saying
me
is,
a hadith or a reference which says you cannot marry a 9 years of age girl. You cannot marry a 9 years aged girl from Quran or hadith or the 4 major school of
there you
thoughts.
go.
Please.
There you go. I just did.
Okay, give me.
Where?
Are you who believe obey Allah and His Messenger and those who are in authority?
Why are you
over
texting
you?
in the
You
private?
give me.
Where do you want me? Oh, sorry. Okay,
Why are you
so-
texting in the private?
No, private. He has to send it in private so that I can show in screen.
Yeah.
But
chapter-
it's not
chap-
there. Give me the link.
Chapter 4, verse 60.
Okay, 4:6. Guys, listen.
60.
For him, I am going to 4:16. 4:16.
60.
460. It will say you cannot marry a 9 years of age girl.
No,
That's
no.
what my question is.
No,
Oh, so
no.
it does not? Oh, it does not. Guys, it does not say that.
no,
Hello,
I-
everyone. It
no, I
does
haven't-
not say that.
no,
But it says follow
no,
Sunnah
I
of
haven't-
Muhammad. And
no.
Muhammad married a 9 years of age.
haven't
So
fi-
you can marry a 9 year of age.
I haven't-
Oh,
no. So,
okay.
it says, have you not seen those who claim to
Okay,
have believed
okay,
in what was revealed to
No,
you?
the
O
question
Muhammad,
was different, new
and what
choice.
was-
See, new
and
choice.
what was
I think
revealed
maybe
before
you're
you?
grown up. The question was different. Please. Question was different. Adam, brother, he asked you question differently, totally different, and you're not even trying to even understand. I mean,
No, I
you
understand what
can.
he's
You
saying.
understood.
Sorry,
He knows he
you
doesn't want to
know.
answer.
Please.
What I was trying to explain to Adam was, so for example, when it tells us to follow the law of the
No,
land,
he
so
didn't
for-
ask you the example.
I did not say that. Tell
Okay.
me where it
Please.
says you cannot marry a 9 years age girl, baby
if-
girl. Show
if
me.
I have,
Okay, I just want to say one thing. Please, can you just quiet the way you were quiet when Amnaji was here, please, because I don't have
Okay.
one to talk over it. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like, see, the being like a prophet. He's a prophet. We're not talking about the culture, what people do, and like that, the law. He is a prophet, okay? And he came, according to him, he's from Allah, messenger of Allah. He's a prophet. He's the example for whole wide world. Okay, he is the one, and people look, just like the follow Sunnah. He is the one. He should be the example. He did this all bad thing, okay, unacceptable thing, that he married 6 years old girl, then he had sex with the 9 years old girl, even though he had many wives. And why he's the one only he has to marry? He could adopt if he wants to support can be like adopt
Well,
her as a
how
daughter.
can he adopt? He abolished adoption so that he could marry the wife of his adopted
Yeah.
son. So he already
See, that's
adopted,
the evil thing he
adoption.
did.
Yeah.
That's the evil thing he did. So why you follow that like a evil person? He is not good example for the mankind. No way. No way. If he's alive this time now, I'm gonna slap on his face. Because if he
I'll follow you.
have a, yeah, if he like a F to any daughter, any one of daughter, my daughter, anybody daughters, I'm going to be the first person who will slap on his face. He's not a respectful person at all. So why you guys are following? Why your community is following? I don't
Okay.
understand that. Can't you see the evilness in them? There is no holiness or righteousness or any reward or Jannah. Like, I mean, what kind of reward he was getting by effing the 6 years old girl? What kind of reward Allah was giving him?
So as I was saying,
Nine.
sorry
I
about
don't
that.
understand.
So as I was saying before, Adam, you asked me, can I, as a Muslim, marry a
Give
9-year-old
me
girl? And I
So you
a
ignored me.
girl.
You ignored me as well, and you ignored Adam as well. You ignored me as well. You just like that, round and round jalebi, jalebi boy.
I've given you the link in the
Okay, give me
chat.
the link. Give me the link. Give me the link. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now finally I have a link, guys. I have a link. Okay, so now this link has. I'm going to show you on screen. Hold on, guys. Let me show this link. So, guys, listen. This link is neither a fiqh book,
Thank you,
nor a
Kabir.
hadith,
You get that. Thank
nor
you.
a hadith, nor anything else. This is a link. Okay, perfect. Okay, obeying the law of the land. Where does it says you cannot marry a 9-year-old girl? No, obey the law of the land. You stupid guy. I asked you where in the Sunnah or Quran or the fiqh books that you cannot marry a 9-year-old.
It is the sunnah to obey the law of the land.
A stupid idiot. I asked you, where can you find that you cannot marry? Okay, I'm muting him again, and I'm going to throw him off if he's not going to give me the hadith or the fiqh. Now, here is the thing. I don't care whether you need to follow the law of the land or not. If you do not follow the law of the land, you are committing a sin. Full stop. Does not matter. Number one. Number two, if you are in a Muslim land, the Muslim land allows you to marry no matter what the age is. Number three, I asked a simple question. Can you show me in Quran or Hadith or the book of the fiqh? Three things. I'm giving him Quran, Tafsir, Hadiths, and the fiqh. Imagine that. He cannot show me, guys. He cannot show me. There you go. Unmuting. Can you show me yes or no? Or I will, if you will not give me a straight answer, I will throw you off.
Okay, so everyone here, including Kabir, can understand what I'm saying. So as I said to you,
can you give me?
Adam,
can you give me?
If you want the specific words,
can you give me?
Wait, let me finish. If you want specific words,
can you give me?
If you want specific words, you cannot marry a girl under the age of 9. I can't give you that. But what I can give you,
so he cannot give me that because there are none. So neither in Quran, nor in Hadith, nor in Sunnah of Muhammad, nor in any of the fiqh book, all Sahaba, Tabi'een, Taba Tabi'een, and the four major school of thought agree to the basic fact that you can marry a 9 years of age girl at any age. No, show me. Give me evidence.
Okay,
give me evidence.
Okay,
give me evidence.
Okay, so the evidence I was giving you was
give me evidence.
Okay, so the evidence I was giving you is quite clear. So
give me the evidence.
Okay, so the evidence I was giving you is quite clear. So you said Muslim countries around any Muslim country you can marry under 9. That's completely false.
Not any. Majority of the Muslim countries. I can do that in Pakistan.
No,
you cannot
minority.
F me for that. You cannot F me for that in Pakistan.
Minority.
Can you do me?
No. So
okay, can you F me for that in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia? What's the age of legal marriage in Saudi Arabia? I don't
can you F me in Saudi Arabia if I marry a 9 years of age? Right. Can you do anything if I am in Saudi Arabia if I marry a 9 years age? Okay, you cannot do anything. Can you do anything in
the
Iran?
legal age to marry in Saudi Arabia
says
it's 18.
Can you do anything in Iran or Iraq or Afghanistan?
There you go. I have it here.
So you cannot do anything.
I do. I have the
Muhammad,
link. You can. I've got the link.
Muhammad.
I've got the link right there.
You do not have a link.
No,
So
I do
you do
have
not
a
have
link.
a link.
There you go.
You do not have a link.
There you go. I got the
No,
link.
this
I
is
got the
not.
link.
This is not. This is step feed. Give me a Saudi link. Give
No,
me
this is
give me
Saudi
a
rule.
Saudi link.
This is
Come on.
this is
I
from
am
Saudi.
getting sick of you. Can you
What?
give
Because you don't
me?
like being
Can
proven
you
wrong,
give
or
me? Can you give me from the Quran, from the Sunnah, from the Tafsir, from the fiqh books, all 4 things that I asked you from? Can you give me from any?
just to
Can
confirm,
you give me
yes, I can.
from any of
Yes,
them?
just to yeah, I can.
Can
Just
you?
to,
Okay, give me. Give
what,
me.
just let's finish.
Give me from
just
the
to,
last half an hour. I'm asking you to give me.
just to confirm.
From the
I
last
swear.
half an hour, I'm asking you to give
All
me
right,
a
I will
link.
do. Just to confirm, Adam said Saudi Arabia, and it clearly.
Okay, F off. Now
No,
I'm done.
it says Saudi Arabia officially
Oh
bans
my
child
gosh.
marriages under 18 with one loophole. Uh-oh.
The basic thing is like you know that
Dude,
they
in Saudi
Muslims
Arabia,
do not think that having sex with the child baby like girl it's not it's not nothing. That's how they're brainwashed. Like I mean, they for them it's nothing. It's sex and that's it. They don't have any respect for women since that girl born. They don't have any feeling for her. There's no respect for her.
okay, this is
That's
the link
why
that
they're
this
brought
idiot.
up like that.
Yeah, this is the link that he idiot sent. That there is one loophole though. Any teenager before the age of 18 will now be on reference of specialized court that will assess whether they can get married or not. These courts' job is to study each child marriage case to confirm that the future spouse who is under 18, boy, girl, will not be harmed as a result of his wedding. So basically, there was a case back in 2011 where someone married a 11 years old girl, and that girl was harmed, and she died in 3 years, and a huge case came up, and I did a live stream on that as well, and she died. She literally died. That baby girl literally died because of sex from an older guy. After that, there were certain countries who added laws after 2011. They added laws that they have to verify and validate that the girl is mature enough that the sex or penetration of the male organ will not physically damage her, and she's strong enough to do that. So this idiot is going to tell me that the moralities of the current world has overcome the stupidity and idiocy of Muhammad, and he is going to follow the current world and not the Muhammad Sunnah. Perfect. I would love that. But I'm done with this guy. He's still in the back of the thing. But like it's been 3 hours and we have all seen that this guy is nothing than a stupid, coward idiot. So I'm
No,
not
the
going to
thing is
bring him
like
up.
brother Adam, we have a Kabir ji here. He is actually understood no choice. We all of us we didn't understood. So let hear him out what he understood from the no choice argument. Can you please Kabir ji, can you please explain what you understood
Acha. Yeah, I
from
can try.
no choice argument, please? Thank you.
I think what his argument is what he's saying is that this verse becomes the Sharia. That whatever the law of the land is, if I'm living in a Western land, that is the Sharia. Because, and it's the similar thing that I would say the gospel says. The gospel says in Mark 12, 1 through 27, there's 3 different narratives. I forget which exact verse, but the verse says, render unto Caesar what is for Caesar, render unto God what is for God. And I think that is the argument that he's stating, that that is the equivalency. That this verse is basically echoing that same verse that we see in the gospel. So
that is not what Sharia says.
No, what I'm saying is that that's his interpretation. So I'm just trying to say that that's what I think. What his argument of what Sharia.
But we are talking about prophet, like the status. His Muhammad prophet is like his status is a prophet. He came from Allah. That's what he claimed, and what he will do, the other people will follow. So he shouldn't be follow all this sick action to show his people, because that's why he's not understanding that having sex with 6 years old or 9 years old is a problem. He's not thinking at all because his prophet did so.
If you want to see what Islam really says about these things, there's a movie out now. It's called Art of Imposture, and you can find it at artofimposture.com. And this will show you that ISIS are the best of Muslims because they're doing exactly what their prophet told them to do. And anybody that isn't following Muhammad is a murtad. He's a mushrik.
Oh God, those words are they're heavy. I hate
Yeah, they
those
are
words.
heavy, and they are mushrik, and they are najis. They are filthy. They are najis. That's what it says.
I hate the word kafir too. I think it's an evil. Like in South Africa, it's a curse word. I don't know if people know that, but in South Africa, when you say the word kafir to someone, it's this, and it comes from that. It's such an evil, horrible word, and people use that word very lightly, and it's disgusting. Look, I think when people have spiritual beliefs, and I think most of the people here are Christians, you're professing your faith, and of course in the Gospels you see that people will challenge other gods and other deities. In the Tanakh, it's the same thing. So if people don't believe in the Islamic faith, you're going to challenge it, and I understand that. It's like that's a part of what this discussion is, because that's what apologetics is. You're defending your faith, and the same thing. What Muslims do, they'll say the Tanakh and the Evangelion, some people call the Old Testament. I don't like those words, but some people use that. I call it Tanakh and Evangelion. When you use these texts, when people look at these texts, they say they're false. They're not true because it doesn't echo what I think the Quran says, which I think is I actually very much against that. When people say these books are wrong,
the difference is the Kabirji, because Bible, Old Testament, we don't sugarcoat. We just present as it is. The Quran, they sugarcoat. That's the difference. They sugarcoat, they hide.
The
make it look like good.
The Angelion is where the word Injil came from, and it's a Greek word that meant gospel, that means gospel, and that's where they got it from.
I know Greek, so yes, I'm familiar. I've studied the texts, and I think they're beautiful. And I think I wish Muslims would read these texts. They're very beautiful. I don't like the New Testament, that word New Testament, but the Good News or the Evangelion. Wish people would read that and the Tanakh and try to understand it. Like, a lot of Muslims say, we'll read tafsir, we'll read the Quran, and say that the Quran is so beautiful and true, and we'll read the tafsir to defend it. And I think I hear that, but will you do the same thing with the Gospels and the Tanakh? Will you do the same? Will you give the same due diligence to these other spiritual texts? And in fact, I would say in the creed of Islam, you have to believe in the books. If we're going to take, because mostly what's being argued here is Ahl Sunnah Jama'ah. We're not talking about Shia to Ali, Qadiani, Ahmadiyya. We're not talking about any of these other Islamic faiths, the Tasawwuf, the different Sufi schools. We're not talking about that. We're mostly talking about Ahl Sunnah Jama'ah. So in the Sunni tradition, it says there's a creed. You must believe in the angels. You have to believe in the books. You have to believe in God. You have to believe in the power. You have to believe in the day of judgment. You have to believe in all these 6 creeds that exist, right? And one of the creeds is the books. So if you believe in the books, you have to believe in the Evangelion or the Gospel and the Tanakh and the Torah. You have to believe in these books. And I think you should just take time to read them instead of rejecting them. So that's my position.
Isa, thank you. But quite frankly, it's really hard to comprehend you as well. By the way, guys, just to let you know, you cannot put Isa in any box. He is not a Muslim, but he is a Muslim. He's not a Jew, but he is a Jew. And he's not a Christian, but he is a Christian. So can you put him in any box? No, you cannot. So I don't know, man.
I can definitely say he's not a good Muslim.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he's lying to us, and if he's lying to us, then he's a good Muslim.
Adam G, No Choice is still there or it's gone?
No, I'm done with No Choice. It's like he has his own tafsir. He has his own everything. He has his everything is own. So it's No Choice is gone.
The thing is like because the love is blind. Now love is in there. The Muhammad's love is too much. Then like they can't see the mistake of him, like evil in him. He can't blindness, like blind love, blind. But he can't understand that there's a child he was doing, and he didn't have to. He could be like adopt her as a child or as a like we say in Kalpota Poti, like whatever, the grandchild or something. Look after her, educate her, spend money on her, like, and then she can choose her own like a partner when she grow up. But no, he has to go into her.
I have lost some people,
know.
and I have a new
When?
person called. I lost some people. I don't know. Some people left, and I have Lamb
Okay.
God Soup. So Lamb God Soup, say something.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
How did you make the
Yeah,
lamb goat soup? Tell me the recipe.
Come on, later.
what?
Okay,
I think that's
sorry.
a recipe by my friend. His mom, she was Indian or something, and she made a goat soup. It was the best thing I've ever had. Best thing I've ever
Yum.
had. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good.
Awesome. So let me add one more guy. Let me hear his voice, and I'll remove the screen from the front. Okay, Faju Cereal. So Faju, whatever your name is, can you say something? Fayuji, say something.
Maybe it's Fauji.
Fauji or whatever. Say something, or I'm going to remove you,
We
buddy.
can't hear you, Fauji. He put in the text, or they put in the text that they're asking if they can be heard. We can't hear you.
We cannot hear you. Okay, so he's not a troll at least. Okay, so Fauji, fix your microphone. Okay, I think we are about to end of our stream. By the way, Anti-Authorities film, which says I cannot show you the video at all, but if you can just go to artofimposters.com, artofimposters.com, and you can see that. I cannot play it. As soon as I play this, it will be my video will be removed. So artofimposters.com, you can actually go and check that out. It's banned in every social media site because it demolishes Islam. That's the reality of this video, because it demolishes Islam. And No Choice is nothing more than a troll. He has his own Islam. He cannot give you any references, as we have shown earlier today. All right, everyone, your last words before I close the stream. Let's start from down here. Kabir, your last words.
Shukriya, Dhanyavad. I appreciate you having my voice on your platform and being able to share. I understand there's a lot of passion, and I hope we can keep having dialogue. And I say, be blessed to everyone, and may we keep the dialogue going.
Amen. Thank you, Isa. And you are welcome every time you would like to come in, brother, as you know that. But you hardly come here. All right, Lamb God Soup. Your last words, brother. You are pretty late in the stream, but welcome.
Hey, how's it going? So, yeah, my name is you can call me Lamb Goat Soup, and yeah, I am pretty late. Sorry about that. I was gonna join earlier, and then I got a little distracted. My friend, he had some stuff going down, but I did want to say that stay away from Islam, as Apostate Prophet says, and I mean, if you're a Muslim listening to the stream, seriously, like, I used to think that Muhammad was this perfect person. I'm not a Muslim or an ex-Muslim, but they make you think that he is perfect. They will tell you all the good stories about him, but if you get to know the real Muhammad, you wouldn't like him. So get to know the real Jesus Christ, and I promise you're going to be saved. He is the truth. That's all I really have to say. And thank you for hearing me.
Amen. Amen. Well said. Well stated.
Amen.
Fact. And Mufti Saab just came in. Mufti Madan. Mufti,
Dude,
would you like to say something?
Dude, you invite me to have to come on your show. When I join, you're leaving, man. What's up?
Brother, you came 3 hours, 21 minutes late.
Well, I didn't get the notification for one, because I don't get any notifications. No, I'm not, but I'm sitting there for like the last half hour, 45 minutes asking, what's the link? What's the link? And I didn't notice that it was actually pinned it was actually pinned in the thing. So, no, it's my fault. My bad. But yeah, you suck anyway. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm going to take my shahada now. It's all your fault. I'm blaming you. Yep. Hello? Come on, that was funny stuff.
Yeah.
That was funny stuff. What happened?
Yeah, it was.
Laughs, man.
I'm laughing.
All right.
We were waiting for your shahada, Mufti.
No, it's the shit hada. Okay, I didn't eat any fiber. I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, God bless you all. And yeah. Oh, what's his name? No, he left. Devon left. Yeah. So we took down Eric's stream, just to let you know, because Connie was talking all over the classic rock. So we re-edited that in. I'm rendering it now. It's going to take a couple hours because it's long. And then we're going to re-upload today's show because it was pretty awesome, I thought. But unfortunately, we lost all the links. I'm sorry, all the likes, as well as all the comments and everything. But it will be up probably about 10 o'clock tonight, Central Time. So just to let you all know. And that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. I really do hope that this guy decides to actually, no choice, actually decides to look into some of this, because right now all he's doing is just coming up with excuses and doing backflips. And eventually he's going to get tired of it. It was like the young lady that came on here earlier. What was her name?
Amina Sardar.
Yeah, I've watched some of her stuff, and she was really good. I mean, she knows that Quran really well, and she knows what it says and what it doesn't say. She when I actually saw her live stream come up, I went over there and started checking out what she had to say, and it was really interesting to see that when the light comes on with these folks, it's like an 18-wheeler hitting a brick wall, you know.
Well, that's why I think the study that I'm doing on the actual implementation of Sharia law. I got to get some more books on there to get how it was implemented in the Abbasid Caliphate, as well as a couple others. But just from 1600 on, now remind you, 1600 is the Ottoman Empire, and they're trying to westernize, they're trying to modernize. So they're seriously trying to reform, okay, the way Sharia law is implemented, okay? And because as bad as it was up until 1917, it was worse before 1600, okay? That's when you get all these innovations coming. So if the Muslims could actually see how they're perfect Allah's laws, Sharia laws, how they really just are nonsensical and totally, completely unjust and unmerciful to the Muslims. I mean, think about it. Like I said in the stream, if you are telling me that these harsh punishments are, one, a deterrent, and two, if you do suffer under these harsh punishments, it's because it's to absolve you of the sins that you are convicted of, but yet you put on this strict code of evidence where nobody could possibly ever be convicted of these crimes, of these sins. And not only that, but nobody could suffer these harsh punishments to get the atonement. You know what I mean? You just made it so people can just commit adultery all they want. You know, you can, I mean, you can murder the kuffar. A rich man can murder a poor Muslim. You know, a free man can murder a slave and just pay, the slave owner. A slave owner can pluck out the eye of his own slave and just receive chastisement. You know what I mean? Well, that's the thing. BMW. Yeah. Well, no. That's three schools of Islamic thought have what is it? I can't think of the name. You like that, huh? The Muwatta Maliki school.
Muwatta Malik.
Yeah, Maliki school. He doesn't have that stipulation, although he does have 4 witnesses. But as I stated, the dude comes up to Muhammad and says, "Hey, what if I catch my wife in bed with another man? Do I go get four witnesses?" And Muhammad says, "Yes." So So now, I mean, seriously, could you think about that? You know, hey, dudes, come and check out my wife having sex with, with another man. I need 4 of you so we can stone her to death. You know what I mean? Okay. It makes absolutely no sense. And the whole thing, see, what I really want to get into, honestly, is the way, okay, so there are 2 things, okay? They're what they call the police, but they're not really the police. Well, at that time, what we call the police now, they were just basically the sergeant of the guard or a special detachment of the military that would patrol and do all kinds of stuff. And oh, by the way, before the reforms of the 1600s, before the Ottomans started to install these reforms, these police, there were 2 types of police. There was basically just the guards that would walk around the city, make sure nobody was beating anybody up, nobody was killing anybody, et cetera, et cetera. And then there was the person in charge of weights and measures. He would go into the shops, make sure, nobody was ripping anybody off, which is a good thing. Making sure if you're going to buy a kilo of lamb, it's a kilo of lamb. You know what I mean? Also, other things like that. But he was also the virtue police too. These dudes had ultimate power because they had to inflict the punishment right away. So if a thief was caught, okay, he could chop off the hand of the thief right there in the street. Okay? Or if someone's accused of being drunkenness, so he smelled booze on him, he would have him flogged right there in the street. You see what I'm saying? I mean, these people had ultimate power. The judgment was done right there in the street at the moment they were caught. But then you have it starting throughout where there actually is a police department. Well, not really a police department, but the sergeant of the guard or a special detachment of the military garrison that would patrol the streets. So then there's this investigation. They have an investigation thing. But the funny thing is, hey Sam, the funny thing is that the investigation, like there's one case in Egypt where they caught these highway bandits, these highwaymen, okay? And they caught him red-handed. They caught him with the stolen goods, okay? And they confessed to the stolen goods, right? They said, but they didn't say stolen. They didn't say steal. They just said, we took the goods. Do you see what I'm saying? We took them. Well, since they didn't say steal, the local Qadi or whatever they're called, he couldn't find them guilty of the had punishment. But he did kick it up because of the reforms. He did kick it up to the higher level for appeal. And they sent it back and said, no, you got to apply the had punishment to these guys. Because even though they didn't say steal, okay, they still stole the stuff. You know what I mean? That's just kind of common sense. Another case, okay, where a dude was beaten by the local Qadi, by the local judge, the local religious judge, was beaten, okay, in open court, okay? He was kicked in the stomach multiple times, struck in the head, okay, with a rod, et cetera, et cetera. The guy later died. Well, the family went and they sued, okay, the local Qadi wanting the had punishment, okay, to be put on him. But they threw the case out. Why? Because one witness said he kicked him in the stomach with the left foot. The other witness said he kicked him in the stomach with the right foot. And one witness said that he hit him in the right side of the head. The other witness said he hit him in the left side of the head. So therefore, you know what? They contradict each other, and we have to throw the case out.
Okay, these are very important points, but Sam is going to have a live stream with having a debate with another guy. The link is right here. Secondly, the link is right here, so people should be joining Sam's channel very soon. Secondly, No Choice said, beat my slave with a rod. So I'm going to show you, I don't know what he was referring to, but I'm going to show you that Muhammad said you can flog your wife and your slave, but you should flog your wife less than your slave, because you have to go to your wife at the end of the day and have sex with. So he says, Sahih al-Bukhari 5249, Prophet said, none of you should flog his wife as he flogs a slave and then have sexual intercourse with her at the last part of the day. So he is talking about slavery and he is going left, right. And I know which verses he's trying to quote from the Bible. There's not even a problem. I know that. Been there, done that. But Muhammad actually allowed flogging. Flogging has to be done with some rod, something, some stick or something like that. It's not even beating, it's flogging. You can flog your slave and your wife, but you should flog your wife less than your slave.
Look,
So
come
no
on,
choice.
come on, Adam.
Please,
Come
for
on,
the
Adam.
love of God, that whatever God you follow, even though that your God is Makar, rather Khairul Makirin, the best of all Makar, leave that stupid idiotic cult and get out of that. Even if you become an atheist, at least we will have some reasonable logical discussion rather than you defending your pedophile prophet.
What
So
a shame,
please.
no choice. That's why I was telling him in a comment that don't even go to the slavery in the Bible because you're gonna be ashamed of your hadith and you're gonna be defeated. And he said, "Oh, defeated?" Question mark. Yes, that's what I meant. So happy now, no choice.
Look, people, come on. I mean, this is clearly the words of Allah. I mean, seriously, this is just common sense. Have you ever tried to kiss your wife after you gave her a fat lip? I mean, seriously, it's just not good. I'm just saying, just.
Well, yeah, but then you have to whip her more because she's giving you a lip.
All right, we're gonna leave it at that. All right.
But brother Adam, I just want to answer no choice. He was feeling sad for me that I'm living in Pakistan. I'm not in Pakistan. No choice. Don't feel sad to me. Sad for me. Sad for Aisha, 6 years and 9 years old. She didn't have any choice to run away from stupid Muhammad, 53 years old. Yuck.
Why would he feel sad for you for living in a Muslim country?
No, because I become Christian. And that's why, I have to hide my face. That's why he's saying. He's just criticizing in his own
Okay, No Choice
lack
just
of
posted
word.
some biblical verses of Exodus 21, and I have already made a video because his liar Ibn Fuban actually made these verses against David Wood. We made a video, we showed the references. It's like an 18 minutes video. Go F yourself, just like Muhammad says. Go and bite the penis of your father. That's what Muhammad says. Go watch that and bite the penis of your father. That's what Muhammad said to you. So I'm done with you, No Choice. You are on timeout. All right,
I have to ask you one question.
I have 2 more people,
I
guys.
have to, sorry, quickly, I have to ask you, I have to go. I was just asking, have you made some videos on destruction destruction of temples like idols in the Bible, which is where is mentioned what is represented to? Because few people like they just the same thing like the way Muslim do out of context.
There's an audio check somewhere. Who is doing the audio check?
Sorry, guys, that was me. Sorry, my apologies. I just wanted to see if my mic has started working. My apologies.
You just interrupted Usman.
No, your voice is.
Sorry. My apologies,
Usman. So basically, if the temple destruction or anything, you have to read the context.
Yeah.
So you have to read the context. There are certain people who were attacked, and they were attacking, and they were being attacked in response, and all that. There is a whole thing that is happening in Old Testament, left, right, and center. So once again, when are you a Jew or a Christian? FYI, just a question. Do you follow Jesus or do you follow the Mosaic
Me?
law? Yeah.
No, I'm a Jesus follower. I'm a Jesus.
Okay, so
like,
you
I
have to follow
Jesus.
yes, so perfect. So
New Testament.
when you follow
Yeah.
Jesus, so there are a lot of things that you do not have to follow of the Old Testament, and there are a lot of things. There are certain things which you have to. There are certain things which you do not have to, because certain things you are exempted to do that. Certain things you are not exempted to do that. Same Quran actually stated the same thing which is written in Bible by saying that Isa came and he made unlawful certain things which were lawful, and lawful certain things, so haram and halal. That's I think 160 or something like that. I forgot the exact verse. So when Isa came and he did that, and I've shown you certain verses from the Bible as well already last time, and you took the note as well, that the Old Testament has to be looked from the New Testament, and the Old Testament is not complete. The New Testament completes it, fulfills it, and gives you the law and the new thing. So if you're a Christian, you are not supposed to follow the Old Testament. The New Testament clearly tells it. So if anyone says something that you have to follow the law of the Moses, dude, he has to prove it that you as a Christian has to follow the law of the Moses first before he can go somewhere else. I have Almir here. Let me add him as well to the chat. Let's see if he says something. Almir, can you say something? Almir, can you say something before I remove the screen?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. No, I was just following for 3 hours. What a blessing you are to us, Adam, and the team as well. Yeah, so I mean, I just wanted to say, obviously the guy, is a revert, right? I mean, he didn't have any background in the Islamic countries, where you and I, we've lived, and all the other guys, some of these guys are ex-Muslims, We know, I mean, when we talk about Islam, we firsthand, experienced everything. And when you're a Muslim, imams and ulama, they don't lie to you when you are in the mosque, right? We're here firsthand.
Exactly.
Yeah,
In the Muslim countries, they are blunt.
Yeah, they just tell it as it is if you're a Muslim, And when you question that, when you say, hey, this is what I know, this is what's written, this is what the Imam also said, this is from the first century, Islamic calendar, this is what's written. That's when you get attacked saying, oh, you are a liar, blah blah blah, right? But in reality, I mean, these rivers do not know nothing. Like you entertained for 3 hours, almost 4 hours now. That idiot, he doesn't know nothing about Islam, and he's trying to come and trying to tell us what Islam is, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's like like just to hear these rivers, like to talk about Islam is just so funny, Just wanted to say, you're doing a good job, brother.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Thank you so very much. And I assume you are also an ex-Muslim?
Of course, brother.
Oh man, God bless you for that.
Yeah.
So, are you a agnostic or you are a follower of Christ?
No. I'm a Jesus follower. I'm a Christian.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Almir, you gotta give your
Hallelujah.
testimony sometime. Are you in my Discord?
Yes, I am.
Brother, you gotta
Yes, I am.
contact me, PM me, and we are gonna set a time and date to go in and share your testimony, brother.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
Perfect. God bless you,
Yeah.
and thanks for joining in.
You too.
It's an awesome, and it's always refreshing to learn and know a testimony of a Muslim. And you are a Muslim who left Islam,
Yeah.
come to follow Christ, and that's a testimony in itself. It's a testimony of our Lord Jesus Christ, and
Yeah.
everyone would love to listen to that. So
Yeah,
please get
definitely.
in contact with me, and we will going to arrange a date and time for your testimony, brother.
Yeah. Sounds good, brother. Thank you.
Thank
You
you, and
guys have
thanks
a
for
wonderful
joining.
evening. Bye.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And just like Almir affirmed and confirmed, in the Muslim countries, these things are not even a problem, right, Almir?
Of course, brother. Yeah, like I mean, when we hear in the mosque, growing up, all these issues talked about, some of them were proudly talked about it, like as being, oh, this is what was done, this is how we should do, blah blah. But today, it's obviously a problem in the Western world, when talking to Christians, because we have a higher standard, way higher standard than the Islam and the Hadith and Quran and everything. So when it becomes a problem, then taqiyya starts kicking in, and like if you don't do what did the Shia Imam said, Imam Sadiq, was it Imam Sadiq who said, if you don't do taqiyya, you're not one of us, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, if they don't do taqiyya, I mean, they have to come to defend Islam, where Christianity is, you don't have to defend Christianity. It stands itself, It has gone through the many years of many centuries of trials, Jesus is still alive, and he still shows that he's doing things that he's doing, even in the core of the Islamic world, where you and I, all the others are coming to Christ, and they're knowing him personally, and just experiencing his love. That's the important thing.
Amen. God bless you. And Fuji finally has his mic. So Fuji, last words before I close. Seriously, I need to close. It's over 3 hours, almost 4 hours, basically.
I'm sorry, and it's Fauji.
Fuji,
Yeah,
please.
I did speak to you a long time back. I don't know, like a month back or something, and I was able to speak to Uzma also one day. I'm an ex-Muslim, an atheist now.
Oh wow, Fuji, welcome, man. Welcome to the club. So I was once an atheist ex-Muslim as well before I
Right.
finally accepted our Lord Jesus Christ. So welcome to the team, brother. Welcome to the team ex-Muslim.
Um,
And if you would have questions for the Bible, please do not start today because it's already 4 hours.
no,
We have to pick another day,
no,
and
no,
you
no.
can definitely ask.
I'm here. I'm here only for that guy. No questions. What was his name?
No choice.
No
No
choice. Yeah.
choice.
I'm just gonna take 1 minute. I'm not gonna take more than that.
Please.
I have no choice. If you're listening to this, I understand your embarrassment. I understand. When all these things are presented to you, you feel you're cornered. You're embarrassed. You have no choice but to defend this stupid cult called Islam. And it's basically it comes from our families, our culture. I'm from Pakistan. I understand all those things. Um, grow up here. Confront your problems. One day you will understand that what is written in Quran, Hadith, Tafsir, Surah, Sunnah, it's all garbage. Please understand this, and that's all I have for you. Become an atheist. I'm more than happy. You can join my club or Adam's club or Uzma's club. I don't mind, as long as you leave this evil cult called Islam. I'm happy. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
Woohoo! Celebration. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so very much, everyone,
Well,
for joining in. Thanks for the chat.
wait,
Okay, somebody was saying something.
yeah, before we go, Fauzi, I just want to say that um, if you're an atheist, I can understand, in the physical world, where your eye sees here. Maybe you don't see God, but I just want to let you know that the evil of Islam is not the truth of this God that you might perceive as Allah. The reality is that if you really want to know, is that Allah, whoever that God is, Muhammad tried to frame that this God is actually the God of Abraham. If you believed ever that there was a God, I just want to let you know that I don't believe the God of Abraham is false. I don't believe that Jesus was a liar. I don't believe that Jesus in any way was short in his message. And I think that the love and the message that we were given to be righteous people, to understand what morality really is, to look for God, to seek and to know, that is real. So I don't think to be an atheist is the answer. And I'm just going to be direct with you. I think that you should study the God of Abraham further. Don't just settle on the Islamic interpretation, because if you look in the books, Muhammad lied. He was talking about he defiled children. He slaughtered Jews in a row. I mean, don't you at least want to know why this man is killing believers of this Abrahamic God? This man had a demon in him. So I personally believe that Muhammad was a psychotic, laughing killer, as some might have called him, and that the only
Yes.
way to get away from him is to find the real Messiah, to find the real prophets, because Muhammad lied. But if you find the real Messiah, if you get to the real religion of Jesus, I guarantee you that you will find more comfort, and then make your decision. I guarantee you'll if you have an open heart and an open mind, God will not disappoint you. Just don't follow Muhammad.
Yeah. There was a guy named Sir William Ramsay who was an atheist back earlier in the 1900s or 1800s. I think it was the 1900s. But he set out to prove the Bible false, and he went out to the Middle East and started going by the geography that Luke described in the Bible. And to his astonishment, he basically dug up the book of Acts. And when the stuff that he found out there, after he got through doing all of his digs that he got through doing, the man became a Christian. So that.
Amen.
That basically tells that Bible. And by the way, all the people who actually did biblical critique on geography in the 18 and 1900s, they all are proven false, because now that we did the carbon dating and the satellite imagery and the digging, all proves that whatever questions they raised on the Bible are actually not at that time they were not proven, yes, but now they are proven to be wrong, and that's the reality of the situation. But obviously, Fuji, whenever you are actually starting to read the Bible and understand the Bible and have questions, you are more than welcome to come up and ask, and we will going to answer you for whatever your questions are. Once again, we know, we believe, and we know after reading and learning and understanding that there is God. But if you ever think that there is God and you have questions on Bible, you know where to come. Correct?
Got it. Thank you very much, Adam. Eddie Van Halen, the guitarist guy, or the vocalist. I can't remember which one was it. And
You got it
Lam
right the
Goat
first
Soup.
time.
Okay, the guitarist. Yeah. Lam Goat Soup. Thank you very much for your concerns, and yeah. But
All right.
I'm not going to jump from a frying pan into the fire. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
I understand.
I will pick my battles on my own time.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I said, brother.
Yeah.
Whenever you are ready, because you actually said it in a very nice way. Quite frankly, when I was an agnostic atheist kind of a person, I said it in a very bad way, and I don't even want to repeat it on camera, on live. But like literally speaking, I said it in a very bad way. Thank you for not saying it in a very bad way. I said it in a very bad way. But yeah, so
If
but like whenever you are ready to know the other side fully, so like instead of just going to the Muslim critique pages, learn from the Bible, and through the logic, through the context, and then see if you still have question, ask. I'm not asking you to accept Christ. Why? Because that's your own personal journey. It's not Islam. It's your own personal journey. So when you start your journey and you read through the context, and then you will have questions, do not hesitate to ask. And when you ask, go and read the rebuttals as well, what the Muslims give, compare, think logically, and come to a conclusion. That's the only ask that I will say. But whenever you are ready, in your timing, not mine. So I'm never going to push you on that.
Yeah, and if and when you ever do, start with the gospel.
Fauji, if I were to recommend anything, just shortly, I wanted to say that, I think that we as a people will follow what we perceive as the truth. So I don't think that you're following something that you don't perceive as the truth. But I can admit when I say that we're all oblivious. So do something that all of us do. And all I can say is pray. Literally pray to God and ask for a sign. And don't ask for an earthly thing. Don't ask for a physical thing like the rest of us. Don't ask for money. Don't ask for that girl. Don't ask for this body. Don't ask for that. Ask God for wisdom. I heard from others in the past that wisdom was the one thing that showed them who God it really is. And that is the gateway. That is what gave us our access to God. And I guarantee you that Jesus, or whoever it is, if there is a God, is going to use wisdom. So if you're looking for anything, I would say pray for wisdom. You can come to us all that you want. You can go to yourself. But even I have been alone in prayer and asked for wisdom and heard or come across something that I would have never thought of. It works for all of us. Call it coincidence, call it what you want. I call it God. That's all I.
Yeah,
That's
Lamb of Soup,
really.
you're right. But at the same time, when I was at his shoe, I never wanted to pray because I was at his shoe. So that's why I know that. So he's an ex-Muslim agnostic. So I never wanted to pray. But once again,
But you got
Fuji.
him.
But once
Yeah,
again, Fuji.
negative. I am not negative. I'm not agnostic. I am a full-blown atheist.
Okay, full-blown atheist. Okay, so so a full-blown atheist, he would
I'll
never
be right
want
back.
to. Yeah, he would never want to pray.
So anyway, like Fauji, like even if you're atheist, like whenever you want something in your heart, like you don't have to pray. That's whatever you desire in come into, like as a human being, like something like you want something in your life,
Guys,
whatever.
hold on.
So you don't have to do wudu. You don't have to do wudu.
I don't want to push Fuji right
and
now.
I'm saying, I'm just saying like in advance, you don't have to wudu, because I don't do wudu anymore.
Okay, so yeah, he does not. He knows that he's an atheist. So atheist, our brother Fuji, I don't want to push him because I don't like pushing as an atheist as well. So Fuji, whenever you read a Bible,
Adam,
just
it's
read the
Fauji.
Bible. Fauji,
Fauji,
my
like
bad.
a soldier.
Fauji. Oh Fauji, oh Pakistani Fauji. Oh guy, I got it.
समझ आइए
कौन समझ आइए फौजी अब फौजी भाई है तू मेरा गुड वन यार अब ठीक है
रियल में फौजी सिर्फ नाम है
Nope. The best thing that I did in my life was to join the army. The second best thing that I did in my life was to leave the army.
Awesome. ये तो सच्चा वाला फौजी भाई है फौजी भाई अच्छा यार फौजी भाई एक काम करना अब मेरा अगर कभी टाइम मिले आपको. So if you ever find time, do me this favor. Pick up the New Testament, start reading it as a story, and try to prove New Testament wrong from the New Testament and the Old Testament, from the references, from the links. अपनी तरफ से ही खुद ही do it your own thing. Try to prove it wrong. Don't go to the Muslim channels. Just pick up the gospel. Try to prove it wrong from the gospel and the prophecies of the New Testament. सिर्फ ये करो. Try to prove, just like you proved Islam to be wrong, try to prove the Bible wrong from the Bible itself, not outside sources. Just do it. If you like to do it, you don't have to, but if you ever get the time, do it. All right, guys, now I'm going to end it. It's too long. I'm going to end it. Too long. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you so very much. God bless you all.
Have a good day. Thank you so much. God bless. Yahushua? What?
Yeshua Akbarul Azim.
Akbarul Azim. Hallelujah.